talk to Howard Stern, the radio shock jock, about my new show on Air America, which launches tomorrow at noon. That's Wednesday at noon on WLIB here in Los Angeles, in New York. And we're on in Los Angeles and KBLA in Chicago on and some other station.
Is it different coming to talk to Howard than it is doing other venues? Or?
Yeah, it's exciting. I like talking to Howard. I've been on a show four or five times, something like that. And I never know quite what I'm going to get, and that's great.
All right, I love Al Franken, even though on the first page of his book he insults me. But I don't care. I love the book, and I've always enjoyed him on Saturday Night Live with his various characters and all the things. There he is, Al Franken. Look at him.
That's the real guy.
Looking all energized with his new radio show. All excited. How you doing now?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
Looks like we just got you out of bed.
Yeah. I'll get used to. Well, we're not on till noon to 3, and we start tomorrow. And
is it the big kickoff for the? This is. Do you own a piece of the network?
I don't even know. I think I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you say you don't know, though, this is a hard thing to get put together. I mean, your own radio network.
Yeah, it's not my own radio network, but I worked with the people putting the I was the crucial.
You're the
building
linchpin.
block. Linchpin.
Yeah. Well, because you're the guy. You see. It's a difficult thing to do a liberal radio network. They've tried like different guys at being like the answer to Rush Limbaugh and stuff. You see, you will succeed because you're funny. You see, and that's the difference.
That's what I keep telling them.
No, you'll succeed. If you do it just like your book, if you do your show like you did your book, you will win. Because it's funny. I mean, the stuff you do is funny. When you go over to this, you know, the different, like confronting Bill O'Reilly and confronting Sean Hannity. Fox News has got to infuriate you. I mean, it's got to infuriate anyone.
Well,
because
we're calling the show the O'Franken Factor.
That's already funny.
Just to bait him.
Will he sue you over that?
Oh gosh, I hope so.
Because he sued you once already.
He did, yeah. Story behind that is we went to this book expo in L.A. and which was last May, and it's to promote
your new book,
new books, and to all these booksellers in L.A. And Molly Ivins and Bill and I were on a panel, and Molly was pushing her book Bushwhacked, and Bill was pushing his book Living with Herpes. Very, very, very good book. 'Cause you know, Howard, when you write from experience, it's always good. And he didn't like the fact that I had written a book called Lies and Lying Liars Who Tell Them a Fair and Balanced Look at the Right. And he
brilliant book.
Thank you.
It really is.
Thank you. And you know, when you said that, the sales spiked.
Good.
Like we had a day where I'm going, what's happening?
Why am I getting attention?
Oh, yes, what's happening? Oh, Howard says that. So he got mad at me, and Molly spoke first, he spoke second, he got on and goes, I don't call people liars. I don't do that. That's not what I do. Evidently, he hadn't actually seen his own show.
Right.
So I go on next, and I felt like I was obligated to explain to him why he was on a book, on the cover of a book that had the words Lies and Lying Liars. So I did. I read, just from Nexus searches, his words, proving that he was not only a liar, but kind of a
What are some of the things he says?
liar.
What are some of the things he says that you would point up that shows that Bill O'Reilly is a liar?
One of the things I really tracked was he kept saying whenever he would be challenged about his show Inside Edition,
right,
which was a crappy, tabloid
show, yeah.
He'd say, "Oh yeah, tabloid show. Who says so? We won 2 Peabodys." And someone would go like, "Well, come on, it was a tabloid show. Oh, you want us to give our Peabodys back? Is that what you want? So only the most prestigious award in journalism. You want us to give our Peabodys back? And he did this like several times.
Right.
So, and I see this on C-SPAN, and I just go like, Inside Edition never won a Peabody. You know, and so I check like the Peabody website.
Yeah.
And I call the Peabody people, and I say, did Inside Edition ever win a Peabody? And they actually laughed. And then I said no. And then I called Bill, and I said, hi, Bill, it's Al Franken. He called me back, which was very, very nice.
Right.
And I said, hi,
Yeah,
hi Bill,
sure.
it's Al. I said, I noticed on C-SPAN you said that you had won 2 Peabodys. He said, we did. I go, well, yeah, you know, you should probably check that with the Peabody people, because they don't think you did. And he went, I'll call you back. And then he calls me back in about 10 minutes. And he said, it was a poke.
The Polk Award.
The poke, which is a prestigious award, except that they didn't win it when he was there, by the way. They won it after a year
they
after
cleaned
he
it up.
left.
He
Yeah.
didn't win.
Yeah.
So I said, a poke. He goes, yeah, it's just as prestigious as the Peabody.
But if you'd won something, wouldn't you know what it was?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't win anything.
That's what I'm saying.
Ron's over there.
Yeah, I'm over here, Al.
Okay, no, he didn't win anything.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he says it was just as prestigious as the Peabody, and I said, well, then there are 2 most prestigious awards in journalism.
Yeah, how can you have
right?
2?
He goes, Al, okay, Al, listen, come out. You know, I said, don't you think it's odd that you got it wrong about a journalism award? You think that's ironic? And
Did he
said,
change his argument to, what do you want me to do, give the Polk Award back?
No, he didn't. He just said, okay, go ahead, go after me, Al. So I said, oh, that sounds like a good idea.
But how does he not know that he didn't win a
any
Peabody
awards.
Award? I mean, how does he not know that?
Oh, he's just a liar.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I'll give you another. This whole Peabody thing has a long, long story to it, and I won't necessarily go through it all. All I can say is that once it was shown that he hadn't won, he kept clinging to this idea that he had never said he didn't want to be. But he says things like, he said to the New York Observer that no one grew up lower on the economic ladder than I did. And he grew up like, you know, in a middle-class home in Westbury. His dad was an accountant, and, you know, this would surprise.
Did he go to private school?
Yeah.
So how is he?
Well, yeah, but
Because he wants to be this blue-collar guy who just made it all himself, you know?
Hardly made it on
And
hardly
he's worked hard, he has, but, I mean, you know, that's what bugs me about Republicans who believe, or these conservatives who believe that I did it all myself.
Yeah.
They
Pick myself up by the bootstraps, and that's why it kind of kills you when they don't understand why black people might need a break, because they grew up in an economically depressed area, didn't get a break to go to college or anything, but they somehow think they did it all on their own. Meanwhile, their parents paid for college. They had the best
private
education.
school education.
Well, forgetting that. I'm talking about just the middle-class guy who didn't have private school education. All of us in this country are standing on the shoulders of people who stood on the shoulders, of people who stood on the shoulders, of people who stood on the shoulders, on and on.
Right.
We live in the greatest country in the world.
Right.
And part of the price of that is paying taxes. You know, Republicans have these principles like, one of their principles is that the estate tax punishes the most productive people in our society, the children of the very wealthy.
Rich. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. What's wrong with punishing them?
You know,
I want to punish the children of the wealthy, quite frankly. I don't need them having so many breaks. I went to buy a house. I remember when I first got into radio, and I'd finally saved enough money for my first house. I couldn't afford one because all of the trust fund
You've
kids.
been priced out.
I was priced out. I had to compete with them. They actually have money.
Right.
They have done
and
nothing.
no matter how much money you can come up with a set amount of money. They can always come up with more because they can get it from mommy and daddy.
You said a great thing in your book about how Republicans love the country and they love their party, just like Democrats love their country and love their party. But Republicans love their party like a 4-year-old loves their mother.
Yeah, it's like if mommy can do no wrong. If someone says something about your mommy, you get mad.
Right.
Democrats love their country like adults, and we want to be honest. We want our loved ones to do as well as possible and to do good.
Well, I find that with like the Rush Limbaughs of the world, it's like the guy is a knee-jerk reactionary. In other words, you say anything, it's always the Republican answer. He's a lackey for the Republican Party. In other words, wouldn't it be more interesting to occasionally disagree with the president? Wouldn't
To
that be,
occasionally think.
wouldn't that be more interesting?
Yeah, I think when we're opposite Rush from my show, the old Franken Factor.
Did you have a field day when Rush, of course, admitted that he hasn't really kind of admitted it, but
That he's a drug addict.
that he's a drug addict.
We are going to try to do our show drug-free. Now,
Right.
we don't know if it's ever been done.
Not
As far
here.
as you know, there's no show that has been
No,
drug-free.
we don't know. But, I noticed that you just did an ad for, I think, a car buddy shop or something like that.
Right.
And so I know that you get paid more to do premium ads if you read the ads.
That's right.
So I've decided to just do them all as Rush.
You will read every ad the way Rush does.
Well, this is, unless I get sick of it, but which I will. But
No, that's
but
good.
it's
That's
sort of-
good.
It's sort of like this. Friends, I spent so much money on drugs, and not just the drugs themselves, my friends, but on bribing my maid. That I am always looking for a bargain. And that's why I love the new 12-pack
Right.
from New Grape Soda.
You're onto something. You see, humor will make you win. This is so it's a head-to-head competition. Now you're not on as big radio stations as Rush, right? In other words, you're just starting out your network.
We're just starting out. We're on WLIB here, 1190, and we're on in Chicago and in LA, and I got those numbers here.
You got all kinds of. Are you feeling pressure with this thing?
No.
No. Do you ever run into a Rush Limbaugh? Do you ever see him? Like,
You know what? He's very reclusive, and I will give
Well, if
him.
you had his problems, you'd be alone too.
Well, I guess so. I mean,
But I mean, you called your first book, Rush Limbaugh's a big fat idiot,
Yeah.
and
Right.
that had to bother him somewhat.
evidently it did, but I think I saved his life.
Why do you say that?
Well, he lost a lot of weight.
After you put that in the title.
I halted his slide into food-assisted suicide.
See, we credit ourselves with the Anna Nicole Smith weight loss, and because we
Tough
told
love.
her she was fat, and
Yeah.
and you did the same kind of tough
Yeah,
love.
but now I hope it wasn't that's what the OxyContin was.
Yeah,
Right, he
yeah.
went from one to the other.
You might have driven it to him. Hey, well, what about you hate the Fox network, obviously, and,
Yeah.
and because it's so biased that when someone starts quoting from the Fox network, you know that it's biased toward the right wing and the religious right kind of party line.
Yeah.
But then, weren't you once on there? I remember in the book you were saying you were in the green room somewhere, and Sean Hannity came by and he started yelling at you.
Yeah. Well,
These guys hate you.
yeah, they hate me. They hate me, and they sued me.
Right.
Yeah, they sued me. And one thing, this is interesting. After this dust up with O'Reilly at the book expo, because you're asking how the suit came about, he started screaming at me. He said, "Shut up! You've had your 35 minutes. Shut up!" Which was interesting because I'd only spoken for 20 minutes.
Right.
Proves that he can't even tell you to shut up without lying. And then the Monday after, this is on a Friday, he goes on his radio show,
Right.
and he says, if this had happened in the Old West, we would have had to have had a shootout, which I thought was interesting. Even more interesting was that he guaranteed that he would have won this shootout 150 years ago, which is odd because I don't know if you know this, Howard, but during the summers I do the whole State Fair quick draw circuit.
I didn't know you were a quick draw McDraw. I didn't know that.
I'm number 3 in the country. And
so even that was a lie. You would win the. You would win the. Would you have a duel with him? Would you fight him? For example, a lot of radio shows challenge each other to
I would, in the Old
fist
West,
fight.
I would have.
You would have, right?
Yes, but he guaranteed he'd win.
Yeah.
And this is a quote. He said, "I would have shot him between the head."
Between the head. He gets very worked up about you and can't think straight.
Yes, but then we got this letter saying they were going to sue us if I kept his picture on and fair and balanced, the words fair and balanced in the subtitle. And my publisher was a little upset. And I told her, and this is something you need to remember, and everyone should remember, that I said, don't worry, from my 30 years of experience, in America, satire is protected speech even if the object of the satire doesn't get it.
Yeah, that's an important point. That's right. Well,
so we won. I mean,
you won in court. I was proud of you that you stood up and you said, "Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with me using this in the title, and I'm perfectly, it's perfectly legal."
Well, not only that, they had no case. This is hilarious that they sued us.
Do you ever feel alone in this whole battle? I mean, seriously. I mean, you kind of like it's almost like the odds are stacked against you. It's like there's so many goddamn guys all on the radio with the conservative viewpoint. It's frightening. I mean,
well,
like,
this is what we're trying to do. At least get a foothold in this terrain because. There's different kinds of talk radio. You do one thing, but the political talk radio, the specifically, explicitly political talk radio, is almost entirely 100% conservative.
And Al, what was your beef with me? I bought your book excitedly.
That was a joke.
I went to. I was like,
a joke.
Yeah,
I'll read it.
like
I
McCarthy.
wasn't sure he was serious.
We checked the law, but we didn't get the joke. So
I didn't even care that you insulted me in the beginning of the book. It was so brilliant. I promoted it anyway.
This is a joke.
I'm
As the
considering
great
suing.
Joseph Welch said to Joe McCarthy, "Have you no sense of decency, sir? At long last, have you no sense of decency?" Unlike Senator McCarthy and his intellectual heirs, Ann Coulter and Howard Stern, I do have a sense of decency. This is style I write in, which is just dumb.
Well, no,
the
it's
dumb
not. It's
thing.
hardly dumb. Now you're going to have to argue with conservatives, I imagine, on
Yeah,
your radio
I hope
show.
to have conservatives who will come on and argue with me.
Yeah, we got a guy here, 𝗦𝗲𝗿𝗱, our director,
Yeah.
who loves. He gets everything
We'll give you some
from.
practice.
He gets everything from Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, good.
The other day, he was yelling in the halls, and I quote, this is 𝗦𝗲𝗿𝗱, our director, that the drilling of the Alaska pipeline and the drilling of Alaska in general is good for the environment.
Oh, good
for the environment.
Good for the environment because the wildlife up
Now
there
you sound like O'Reilly.
likes the heat produced from the oil pipeline.
Not what
Stop
I
it.
said. That
Yes,
is
you did.
so wrong.
You said it. What did you
That's not
say
what I
then?
said.
Are
When
you
I-
for?
I absolutely
Kerry
am
is
for drilling in Alaska. Yes.
You're for the drilling
Yes.
of Alaska,
Yes, and so
despite
should
the
you.
fact that so many environmentalists have said that this
Howard.
is the last bastion of.
How did you get here this morning?
I got here.
In a limousine.
That's right.
Isn't that a little excessive?
But you're saying that you are for the drilling of
A
Alaska.
place I will never see in my lifetime. Yes. Why drill in Texas where you actually might be?
Now, Al, what do
In
you?
some place like the
Al.
moon.
Kerry is a guy who I happen to admire.
Right.
And is against the destruction of the environment, and we're putting a lot of money into new fuel sources. Why do you laugh?
Well,
Everyone is. You can't stop the economy while you do it, though. You got to
No,
keep
no,
going.
It's hardly going to
listen.
stop the economy.
You can keep the economy going if you go into fuel efficiency. The problem is of course, is that we have an administration that just knows oil. We have a president who
Thank
was.
God.
We had a president who was in the oil business, couldn't find oil in Texas.
3 bankrupt companies.
Yeah,
See,
but
that's funny.
but he kept being bankrolled by his daddy's friends.
Right.
Cheney, who ran an oil services company, Halliburton, which seems to be doing quite well.
All of a sudden,
In Iraq,
their future is. That doesn't disturb you at all, does it?
The Halliburton
can
connection
build-
with Cheney,
The Halliburton connection, the fact
No.
that no one else is
You know that
getting in on the rebuilding of Iraq.
Clinton only used Halliburton as well. Okay.
Clinton only used
No, he didn't
Halliburton.
only use
for
Halliburton.
the Bosnia-Serbia.
Now, how do you answer that, Al?
Okay.
Use Halliburton.
Halliburton, through Kellogg, Brown and Root, does do construction of bases, and I on my USO tours have gone to a base in Kosovo that was built by Kellogg, Brown and Root, and they do that, but he didn't give them blind bids. I mean, in other
and
words,
Bush
he
did.
made them bid. Yeah.
He gave him a blind bid. He just said, "Okay, you're the best," and that's it.
Yes.
Yes, they just did.
That's what he did.
Yes, that's exactly
that's what he did. I
Oh,
mean, they
that's
did
not-
that to Bechtel and to Halliburton. They got the first contracts.
How many other companies could have done what Halliburton did?
Other companies can do it. No, I just came back from.
But you would say
at
they're the
Christmas.
best.
Huh?
You would say that they're the best.
I don't know about that, but when I was in, I was just in Kuwait,
You don't know it
Iraq.
either.
I was just.
What do you know about Halliburton that you would
I
say
know
they're the
what- I
best?
know
You
what
know
I
that
hear.
Dick Cheney
You
thinks
know
they're
what
the
you
best.
hear
I know
from.
what I hear.
Well, I was
Dick
in.
Cheney does not have a connection with
Do
Halliburton
you have a
anymore.
problem
Yes, he
with
does. Yes, he does. He continues to get money from Halliburton, and he also has stock options for Halliburton.
He had to get rid of his stock.
No, he did. He got rid of his stock. He didn't get rid of his stock options. So he has an interest in
See,
that.
Scott, now suddenly you have somebody
Yeah,
who
who
knows
really
the
knows.
answers.
Scott, why? What are we
Why?
talking
But
about?
wait a second.
Halliburton?
Why?
I
Wait.
don't
You
care.
just made a statement that Halliburton.
Yeah.
All right,
the best.
Is the best. A, you wouldn't even know if
No,
it's the
I-
best. B, you just made a statement that Dick Cheney got rid of
I
his stock
asked him whether
options,
he thought
and Al
they were
Franken
best.
just told you that he still has stock options. Everything you've said is wrong.
That's not so untrue. Play the tape back. I said he
some
gets
of the
stock.
stuff he said is wrong.
He said stock options.
not
They're two
everything.
different things.
He said you said he had no connection to Halliburton anymore. Stop it.
Scott, you have just entered a no spin zone. This is the Franken factor.
Well, we call it the zero spin zone. We don't want to.
Yeah.
So Al, you're trying.
Travel on.
Is this the problem? You answer this guy's doubts,
Right.
and he's still like a true Republican.
He's the
No, you know
four-year-old.
He's the 4-year-old. I love mommy no matter what she does.
Well, this
Get back to the-
happens.
Mommy
a lot.
beats me, and I love her.
This happens a lot, which is that it just takes a while. And what happens is that the Rushes and the Hannitys and these guys are so much what people listen to.
Well, DePace gets all his information from Limbaugh,
That's right.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
he's heard when he
I
says,
listen
I
to
heard
about a half
it.
hour a day. Yes.
and it's
Yeah.
pretty much all your info.
And what we do
No,
on
it's
the
not.
show is I have a friend from high school who's a ditto head.
Right.
And we just play him every day a couple of things that Rush said just aren't true.
Right. That's it.
And then he tries to defend
Why
them
your
or-
book is brilliant? Why your book is brilliant is you take these guys' statements and you show the lies.
So everything in there is just true. Everything that you
In my
say is-
book,
Yeah, he did research.
No, I made a couple. I tell you what, I did make a couple mistakes, all of which I got from British intelligence. For example, on page 197, I say that Sean Hannity lived up Newt Gingrich's ass
Right.
from 1994 to 1998.
Right.
I got that from British intelligence. It
Right.
turns out.
He didn't live up there.
Well, no, he did, but he only took residence up there in early January '95.
Oh, I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
I
So
see.
that was embarrassing.
All right, let's see. DePace says that the large deficit is good for the economy and will create jobs in the long run.
You know what's funny? Where do you get your facts? I
From
never said
Jason,
that.
that's what you
I
told
never,
him.
Never in my life.
Can I ask you a
I
question?
said it's not enough to worry about as long as it's a low portion to the GDP, and that's if it's in the 2 to 4% range. That's okay.
Well, that's not crazy, but I
Because
mean,
it's sustainable. You can take care of it.
yeah, but it's not. It's getting unsustainable.
Let me ask
and
you,
in
where
fact,
did it come from?
Well, listen.
Well, let me tell you one thing though. But these tax cuts. First of all, we have never had tax cuts in a time of war. This is the first president to put in tax cuts at the time war. Even this president got it. If you read Suskind's book on Paul O'Neill, there's a moment after 9/11 where they're considering the second wave of tax cuts, most of which go to the top 1%, and the president of the United States says, haven't we done this already? Didn't we give big tax cuts to
And
those
thank God it worked.
It hasn't worked.
It has worked.
It has not worked.
Our economy is booming right now.
We
Whether
are.
you know it or not.
You know, what part of the words jobless economy?
The jobs are a
jobless
lagging
recovery,
indicator.
do
Jobs
you
will
not
come
understand?
next. Jobs will come next.
Yeah. The point is, they keep saying
Not
every
like
year.
Kerry going 10 million new jobs by his plan, which is
wait a minute. They said 2.6 million new jobs this February, and then immediately backed away from it. And now are saying they'll create 1 million new jobs, some of which will be even in this country.
But you see, guys like DePace refuse to listen to this. Whenever there's a backpedal, they don't want to hear it. The president said he was going to have 3 million new jobs. Where are they?
But that's a
So he shouldn't have said it, right?
It's a prediction.
So what's wrong with Kerry making a prediction?
Well, every
Fine,
year,
but why
listen.
not say 50 billion jobs? I mean, where's this 10 million?
Well, where's the 3
Well, he
million
didn't
jobs?
get. He didn't
hasn't
give
even
us
been
1 million.
One
point
was a little
is-
higher than
The guy in
point
office
is-
now promised us 3 million jobs. Where are they? Kerry's not in office.
The point is, this will be the first president. This will be the first president since Hoover not to create one new net job. Let me finish. Not to create one new net job since Hoover. Now, if you add the two Bushes together, Bush 1, Bush 2, over 7 years of their two presidencies, they have not created one new net job. Numbers do not lie. If you extrapolate from that, if the Bushes had run this country from its very inception to the present day, not one American would have ever worked. We'd all be hunter-gatherers.
So you're telling me the fact that there was no recession and there was no war and there was no 9/11, none of this had anything to do with the jobs?
What?
Okay, exactly. I didn't think you could understand that.
There,
How much simpler can I put it? As
there is a war.
Yeah.
There it was a recession, and there are no new jobs. So I'm not quite sure if I
That
follow
is the
you.
reason for the
Excuse me.
jobs falling. That is the reason now they're going to come back. Their jobs are growing now, but they're not up to where they should be.
We've
Everyone
lost
understands that.
about 2.5 million jobs under this president.
And most of those were
And-
at the
and
beginning
most of
when
these
we had a
tax cuts-
recession and we had this.
But if you wanted to
9/11.
do a stimulative tax cut, you wouldn't have done the kind of tax cut that this president has done, which is a tax cut that most of which is in the out years. And this is what you would do is a quick stimulus, and you would do a stimulus that would help people at the bottom, the people who need
people
to
at the
spend
bottom
the money.
don't create jobs.
The people, yes, they do by buying things.
Okay, that does help things.
But he forgets about
The
that.
rich people do. Why discriminate against the rich
The
people?
rich
I don't
people have
understand.
not been investing in things. The rich people don't need it.
So
They're
Howard should
very-
have got his big tax cut then?
Yeah, Howard shouldn't have gotten his big tax cut. Neither should I.
Well,
he shouldn't.
Let me tell you
I
something.
just
During
paid my damn
Clinton,
taxes
during
yesterday.
Clinton,
I
I
want
didn't,
mine.
I didn't see my taxes go up through the roof any
During
more than I
Clinton-
see Bush.
Listen, during Clinton raised taxes.
you
It's
must be
true.
making more money. I mean,
No,
the rate
I'm
is
talking
less.
about the ratio of taxes.
The rate is less now for you.
Yes,
by
it is
1 or
now.
2%.
But during Clinton in '93 raised the top rate on the top 1%. Every Republican said this is going to cause a recession. It passed without one Republican vote. It led to 8 years of an expanded economy. The idea...
And a
I think
huge
that's a little
surplus.
slanted. Hold on. Wait, so he did that his first year, you're saying?
Yes.
His first year and then 8 years of an... Okay, go ahead.
Oh, can't argue with that.
You got me.
All right. So Al, you're ready for this radio show. I can see you're
Well,
debating.
you know what he has done that most liberals who were trying to do radio before were not doing? He's on the offensive.
Yeah.
Most liberals on radio were always in a defensive position. They were always screaming at the right in reaction to what they were saying. He's on the offensive. He's leading the attack.
Peter, you're on the air.
6
Go ahead.
months will be on the
How you
defense.
doing, Al? Al, is it not true that the DNC helped support your radio show?
No.
You're full of it. And what about your little coke problem? You pick on Rush Limbaugh with the 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄.
You have,
And my next
you have a
question is,
coke problem?
I have a coke problem?
Oh, yeah, you're going to tell me you don't do coke, right? Put a lie detector on.
don't do
Put a
coke.
lie detector on it. Tell me about your past coke problem.
Okay, first of all,
Oh, what, Al?
Wait,
Put a lie
hang
detector
on.
on.
Wait, let him answer.
let me answer. I think what you're referring to is during the 70s. From 1975 to 1980.
Oh, yeah, not in 1995?
Well, let him talk.
No, I haven't done coke since.
Yeah, so yesterday? Al,
yesterday.
Oh, you didn't say yesterday.
You didn't
You didn't
say
say yesterday. No, let me
What
caller.
year did the recession start, Al? 2000, buddy. I'm an economist.
What?
What year did the recession start? Bill Clinton was still in office.
No, it
Yeah.
started in
The
March of
recession started
2001.
in 2000.
Wrong.
Why don't you look at your numbers? I'm an economist.
I can. It started in March of 2001.
Can we
But
get
let
back
me.
to the coke
Okay,
thing?
Stuart Smalley, give me some advice.
Oh, all right, go ahead. I had to hang up on him because I can't hear your answer. What was the question?
You can hang up on him, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I got to learn radio from you. I got to
Right.
learn.
You
how
gotta learn to be
do
rude.
You
the-
can definitely hang up on me.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Like Bush, Al hasn't had coke for 25 years. Okay?
Yeah. And I didn't do it while I was serving or not serving in the Air National Guard.
Right.
From 1975 to 1980, I worked on a show called Saturday Night Live. There
Right.
were people doing cocaine around there. And every once in a while, on Tuesday nights when we were writing the show, I would do a line or two of coke so that I could stay awake to make sure other people didn't do too much coke.
Right. You were in charge. You were in charge of those people.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I used to say, there was one thing I used to say, because there was a lot of rumors about drug use there, and people would come up to me and I'd go, and this was very convincing, I always go like, you can't do a show like Saturday Night Live and do drugs. And they go like, hey, that makes a lot of sense. And of course the opposite was true.
Doesn't it infuriate you in a way that our president will not say that he got special privileges during the Vietnam War? In other words, there's no shame in that. A lot of people try to get out of the draft. He was able to get out of the war because his father was a very wealthy man, politically connected
Yeah, he
man.
was a congressman.
He was a congressman.
The Bushes were very well connected in Texas.
Why won't he admit that?
Because he doesn't have to. I mean, everyone knows it.
But people ask him about it, and he won't talk about
He
it.
said, I served my time. What I love
flew
is
planes.
all this thing about, whether he went AWOL, whether he was there or not. I remember that period. I'm sure you do.
Yep.
And what it was, I mean, he was in a Champagne unit of the National Guard. Now, there are plenty of National Guardsmen over there now.
Right.
But then the whole purpose of this was for rich kids not to have to go to Vietnam.
That's right.
So the idea that they were going like, where's Bush? We really need him. That wasn't, they didn't,
So, let me ask
they
you
didn't
something.
need Bush. So it wasn't like they were missing him. They didn't want him to be
Right.
there.
Let
They
me
didn't
ask
need
you a
him there.
question. So why wasn't this an issue for you with Clinton? This guy ran away to England or something, right, to get out of the war.
Well, he didn't run away to England. He was a Rhodes Scholar.
Oh, okay.
He was in school.
Oh, come on. That's bull. He
What do you mean
really
that's
got away.
bull? He was in school. What's he not admitting
He
to?
avoided going into the.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
And so did Bush.
So that's not an issue? Wasn't an issue?
No, because it's honest. To say that you got in the National Guard because your father didn't help you is a lie. His father helped him, and he went there. He didn't go there to serve. He went to get out of the draft.
But
He
you know
says,
what?
I
The
served
bottom
my
line,
country.
The proof is in what he's actually done. He supports.
It's
the
a matter of
military well.
honesty.
He's always supported the military.
Exactly. and
Anybody
Kerry
can
won't.
fight.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
hey, on Monday's wrap-up show, the shit hit the fan, and myself, Benji, and Scott Salem all had to defend ourselves about who left a big giant stink in the bathroom. Then later Tracy came in to give a whole state of the bathroom update about what's going on in there and the current conditions inside our bathroom. So check it out.
First, we have to start with this bathroom controversy. Now, Gary, I thought there was an edict that no one should be taking a crap in that bathroom to start with.
Well, there is, but you're on the honor system. It's like West Point here. You're on the. We always said that you're not. Howard said, I don't want people taking a crap in there. But I think some people, probably like Jason, have said, does that count for off days or when the show is long over?
It's a fair question. I don't know. I just remember when that thing with Sal went down last time. It was like nobody was supposed to take a dump.
Well, I have a question about recently, like within the last 6 months recently, Howard gave Ross Zapin permission to use the bathroom specifically to take dumps.
Was it specific to that?
That was his thing. I can't take dumps in the public bathroom.
That's the Ross corollary, Jason.
What's up?
That's the Ross corollary.
What I'm saying is
butterfly effect.
I have never been aware of a total shitting ban in the bathroom. I've heard no shitting during the show, which I don't have time for anyway.
But why would you do it? Like, why even take the chance, knowing that it's going to eventually get back to you, or could get back to you?
I didn't think there was a chance. I didn't think I was taking any sort of risk using the bathroom in the way that you're supposed to use the bathroom.
Well, who lodged the complaint? Was it you, Gary?
Me. I will tell you, here's what happened. I went in there, and I hit the wall.
Oh, wait, I thought Benji.
No. I went in there, and I hit the wall. Howard told the story wrong. I went in there, and I hit the wall, so I got the log. But what happened was, as soon as I came out after I hit the wall, I walked in, and I go, somebody just stunk up the bathroom, at which point Benji got all freaked out, and he goes, I was just in there, I smelled it, it was not me.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So, cause I thought the way it was put out on the air was that Benji, the way I heard it on the air this morning is that Benji walked into the bathroom, was so knocked out by a smell, he came and immediately alerted you.
No, it's the other way around.
It's the other way around. So
then I asked Tracy, I said, Tracy, I know this sounds crazy, and this is my own nuttiness, but can you get me the log for the last half hour who was in the bathroom? She goes, let me see. So she put it on my desk, and I looked at it, and I saw that you were only in there for 3 minutes, so I figured it was either you or Scott.
Now, again, let me explain. Maximum 3 minutes, meaning from the time I use my key card to go into the bathroom till the time Benji walked in.
Wait, Jace.
Meaning I could hold on a second. Meaning I could have been in there for 30 seconds, left and had nothing happen for another 2 minutes till Benji walked in. The absolute max amount of time, like Benji would have been waiting for me outside the door when I opened it,
was 3 minutes and 9 seconds.
Thank you.
Jason's
but Jace,
working
you
on his
do
defense,
remember
clearly.
when I walked in? Do you remember me? Like, what the fuck? Like as you were walking out?
No, I don't.
Well, here's something. Did you smell anything when you were in there?
I don't remember. I've been in that bathroom because
you don't remember.
Horribly. Yeah, I've been in that bathroom where it smelled horribly before. I've been in that bathroom where I've said something to people before. I can't imagine. My guess is that since I only spent a maximum of 3 minutes in there, if I went in there to shit and it smelled that bad, I probably just walked right out. But I've walked in there and smelled horrible things before. I've just never said anything about them. But I will be reporting on everyone's bathroom now.
If you were the defecator, listen. It is a bathroom, so that happens. But when I walked in, same as Gary, it was like, what? Oh, my God.
But my whole point is,
and you're like,
I've walked into shitty smells before. Yeah. This one was so bad, it made me go investigate.
My point is, it apparently wasn't so bad that it stopped Benji from staying in there.
I peed. I did pee.
According to you. Again, to play Benji on you for a second, we're taking your word for everything.
You're right. You're absolutely, there's no, I agree with you. You are. However,
have you taken a dump in there before?
I don't. It's possible in the 6 years we've been here after the show's on. I don't think so.
Recently?
Because no.
Can you prove you didn't take a dump in there last
I don't think I can prove that. But, however,
exactly.
I'll say, just to explain it, I would prefer to go to the public bathroom because it's less pressure. It's just, to me,
then why are you always in this one?
To pee during the show.
But you are in this one a lot. I mean, like everybody.
Yeah. But the public bathroom, it's like I want to sit down and I want to relax and I don't want like pressure of people need to go in there.
All right, Jason's trying to put it on Benji, but while you two,
hold on, but Jace, you've also said,
Benji, while you two are going back and forth, Scott Salem is sitting here silently, and when we started the show,
I'm just listening.
Gary,
I love it.
Gary said that all signs point to Scott,
and I only say that because I don't think that that Jason could have done what he needs to do in 3 minutes and 9 seconds.
But you don't even know how long I was in there. He may have done it.
No,
I know, and that's his stupidity because he's being honest.
But he's
what am I
saying
going to do? Lie and say I don't take a shit at work? All you guys are lying.
But
I know
let's
you shit at work. I know you shit at work.
I absolutely did not.
I know you shit at work.
Jason, I did not. I know for a
No, I don't
fact.
believe you.
Not in that bathroom.
I don't believe you. Ben.
Scott-Salem, can you emphatically tell me that you're absolutely positive that you did not shit there on Wednesday?
Yes.
You can remember last Wednesday.
Yes.
You remember last Wednesday well.
Then why wouldn't you swear on your son's life?
That's not necessary, but I didn't, and I told you.
But if you 100%,
It's a little necessary for
John,
this.
will you swear on your daughter's life about things?
If there's something I absolutely
Really?
did that I didn't do.
I agree with Scott. Like, I would not. I think it's like it's.
If you don't,
I'll do on my own life, but to do it on other people, it's just I don't like.
Why do you think something will happen to them?
I just don't. I think it's like it's exploiting is not the right word, but it doesn't feel right to me. To do it.
Right, because you think something will happen to them.
No.
I don't deny I do that in that bathroom, and I told you I reserved that for no-show days.
So here's the question.
You guys
here's
are
the question.
all
Here's the
liars.
time. No, here's the timeline.
You guys are all liars.
Hold on.
No, I'm going to be the bathroom cop. Trust me. Everyone's bathroom habits are getting reported back on the air.
Here's
Jason. If I ever go at work, I always go in here. I never go back there ever.
Okay, John. Okay.
I mean,
I will be keeping.
You're trying to cast doubt on it, but why would I lie about it?
Don't you have your work job?
You're
to
lying
do?
right now because I saw you walk into the bathroom 2 days ago. Now maybe you're going in there to take a
No,
piss.
I've
Maybe
never
you're going in there to
take a dump.
Oh,
Take
okay.
a dump. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. No, I pee in there all the time.
But here's the timeline. Scott Salem in at 11:19, Jason Kaplan at 11:27, Benji in at 11:30, me in at 11:32. It's not me, I can guarantee, because I'm the one who reported.
Well, based on Jason's logic, how can we prove that?
Because I'd be a moron to report it.
You could be a brilliant.
So it's got to be one of the three, and I don't see the timing working out for it to be Jason or Benji.
I'm not bragging when I says it takes more than 3 minutes for me to shit. Like that's an embarrassing thing
Usually
to
me
admit.
too. Okay.
And it's not something I'm proud of. So when I come on here and say I couldn't have shit in 3 minutes, it's not how I go to the bath. That would be like an emergency shit. That means I ran in there, pulled my pants down, did my business, and that's just not how I shit.
Wait, so Jason, are you saying now that you definitely weren't the shitter?
I can't say that because I don't know if and when I shit on Wednesday. And quite frankly, I feel I'm the only person being honest when they said they can't remember their
Jason,
No, I remember.
I can remember I didn't shit on Wednesday. I
can't remember what I
But that's
shit on
okay.
Thursday.
I
I
mean,
can't
that's
remember if I shit on
okay, but
Friday.
Here's the thing. I'm with Howard on this one. I can remember the last time I made a number 2 in that bathroom because I try not to, and there's an awareness of that it's not supposed to happen in there.
Don't take this the wrong way. I'm at work here,
right,
at least twice as long.
No,
as
I
you
got
are,
it.
during the day and during the days where there's no show, Thursdays and Fridays. Okay, I believe my relationship with the office is slightly different than yours or Howard's relationship with the office. I spend more time here Monday through Friday than I do in my own house. So yes, I have a different relationship, I think, with the bathroom and remembering every time I use it than I would if you're only here for 5-6 hours every morning, 3 days a week.
Is the bathroom aware of the relationship?
The bathroom is very aware of our relationship.
And we're all aware of the relationship as well. Jeff in Pennsylvania, you're on the wrap-up show.
Boy, it just all goes back to the same thing. Everything's pointing to Jason McGarry and his favorite line. Oh, I got to defend Jason on this one.
Well, how is everything pointing to Jason? Listen, hold on. Let me finish my sentence. Look at the timing. The timing just doesn't make sense. I'm not saying he emphatically didn't do it. I'm saying the timing doesn't seem to work.
Scott, are you positive?
Like you just said with everybody else, you remember when you took a shit in there. Scott said he didn't. Benji said he didn't. But you'll still say, I can't, I'll defend Jason on this one. And you come in there and at least 15 times I can remember that was your first line.
Did you have any gas on Wednesday, possibly?
Nobody cares what you think.
Let me clarify this. I didn't take a shit in there, but
you won't
it is
swear on your kid's
possible.
life about it.
Right.
All right, I'll swear on my kid's life I didn't take a shit in there.
But it is
possible that someone had violent gas.
Yeah.
I mean, do you ever?
Did you possibly have violent gas?
Did you ever have gas when you pee?
Of course.
Well, okay, there's the answer.
But did you possibly have violent gas?
Is that what happened to you? Is that what you're saying?
No, I didn't
gas
shit.
when you pee?
I don't remember. Gas, I don't remember. I know I didn't shit. Okay, I can tell you I didn't shit.
This wasn't a cloud. This was a wall.
I didn't shit.
Do you know the difference? You walk into a fart cloud, but then it's it's a cloud, and you can move away from it. This was a shit wall.
Well, I didn't do it.
John in Cleveland, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, John.
Listen, there's no doubt about it. Okay, Benji, I don't like you, but I believe that you didn't do it.
Thank you.
Jason, you're all right, brother. And if you weren't, I would tell you did it. You didn't do it. Scott, you fat, lying piece of shit. Just
Thank you very much.
own up to it. You did it,
I'm
brother.
telling you.
The timeline is there.
No, there's no time. The timeline means I entered. You don't know how long I was in there.
Oh
So
my
tell me
God.
how long I was in there, and then I'll tell you I took a shit.
Scott, do I have to get video?
Did you ever fart when you pee? Come on, Scott. You
Hey,
took
Scott,
the
I
shit.
do have a question. Why were you there for like
There's nothing
9
wrong with taking his shit.
minutes
Everybody
if you
does.
were just...
He wasn't. Hold on. He wasn't there for 9. All we know is what time he went in. There's no way to know when he left.
We need like a photo.
Well, actually, there is a way you can know. If you do get the video, you can see when somebody left. and
Well, we
then-
don't have video that's on the bathroom door. We only have it of the hallway.
But Scott's got to pass by
That's right.
to go back to where
There
he
should be
works.
like an automatic photograph when you sit down on it.
Again, if I knew I did it, like if I knew, like, yeah,
Me
I
too.
shit really bad on Wednesday and I left first of all, I would admit it. Number one, like flat out, I'd be like, yeah, I fucking did it, caught red-handed. I just don't remember, but I will take you through my shitting process since everyone seems so interested in it.
I'm not that interested.
Some people do say,
Please don't.
I
That's
can,
all right.
I try, unless it's an emergency, which I can count on my fingers the amount of times it's been an emergency, and there wasn't one last Wednesday. That I could state. That I don't like using that bathroom to do a number 2 while the show is on, and 11:30 is still showtime because all of Howard TV is here. All the radio guys are still here. There's people knocking on the door every 3 seconds. It's not a comfortable situation.
Right.
And I know this about myself that when I do it, it's in the afternoon. I prefer not to use the thing out here either because it's smelly and there's 500 other people shitting. So again, unless it was an emergency, that would be breaking my normal habit
You know,
to
it
go
was,
at 11:30
this
in the
was,
morning.
but 11:30 was not showtime.
No,
But
it's still
it's
people
so-
are still around.
Until 12, everybody's
You know
still
what?
here.
A lot
I
of the
mean, it's
Howard
crazy.
TV guys were talking about this. If any of you guys want to come down here and point the finger, now is the time because everyone seems to be denying their participation in this. Scott
What do you
in
mean?
Michigan.
What do you mean?
The Howard TV guys were saying when certain people leave, you can smell it, and they could speak for themselves. Scott, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, I love how everybody's just passing over the fact that Gary didn't do it. Gary, what a great offense. You took a shit that smelled so bad that you even were afraid to let anybody know you might have done it.
Yes, you
Great.
you caught me.
That's awesome.
I swear on the life of my children that you're a douchebag.
I mean, it does
That's
fall
great,
into
Gary.
those who dealt it, smelt it argument, Gary. Guy does have a point.
I swear on the life of my children, happily, that I did not take a shit in there.
Jason, I respect the fact that you admit that you go in there and you're actually coming clean about that.
Yes.
But ultimately, I think this is pointing towards you because you said you gone there. You can't remember. Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. Benji, who knows? And Scott, I mean, he swore on the life of his kid, and he never does that.
What do you mean? Who knows with me? I listen. Whether you believe
That's for
it or
everything.
not,
We say that about you for everything.
I'm giving you a definitive thing. I did not do it. I completely remember. I completely remember walking in there and the smell.
Gary, I beg you now, go pull the videotape from the hallway. I want to know exactly how long I was.
And
in
if
the
you get the
bathroom.
video,
I don't need to
you'll
know.
see.
No, I want to know exactly when I left.
And
I
you'll
want to
see
know if I'm
my
not
reaction
in there. If
when
I'm
I
not in
walked
there
in,
for
like,
a minimum of a
pulling
minute and a
back.
half, I did not shit. End of story.
Well, it's hard to because you may not have come right back by the camera. You might have gone and chatted with somebody right.
no,
after
isn't that camera right in the hall?
No, you got to come down. It's
Well, we
not
need
on
better
the bathroom
cameras, though.
door.
You can't disprove a negative. I can't go on here and say, oh, well, 100% wasn't me. I can't sit here with 100% not me. I feel I'm the only one being honest, admitting that they take shits in the bathroom. Sorry, I don't believe these two guys when they say they don't remember.
Jason,
That's my
I
personal
do remember.
opinion.
I did not defecate here on Wednesday. I
don't-
absolutely remember that.
Okay, well, take your word for it. I mean, that's all you're asking us to do is take your word for it.
You're right, but
Okay.
don't say it like it's not.
I don't take your
maybe
word for
I believe that you don't. It's not that unusual for people to remember when they shit and where they shit. It's not that rare.
Maybe it's rare that I'm the one that doesn't remember when they shit. I don't know. I don't keep a logbook. I know I shit this morning before I came to work. That's the last shit I remember taking.
And what was the problem with
How long did you take?
What was the problem with
Too
the
long.
with
I
the
was late.
newspapers? You were being accused like
So a while ago, like I'm talking a year and a half ago, Tracy came up to me and started talking to me loudly about newspapers in the bathroom, because I do take newspapers in the bathroom, as do several other people here. I won't name them. But she was saying that I was reading the papers and leaving them on the side. I wasn't. I was reading the paper and throwing them out. And I told her that at the time. And I told her who I thought it was that was leaving the papers stacked up. And she confronted that person. Then a year later, I'm sitting in the hall. I'm talking to Tim's assistant, Sarah.
Who's very cute. You need to know that.
Very cute. And we're talking about work. And Tracy comes barreling out of her office in her Tracy way and starts screaming about, me and my fucking shit, and she's had enough of it, and I leave the papers, and blah, blah, blah. And I got pissed, not because she was wrong, which she was, but because I'm sitting here and I'm just trying to talk to a girl in the hallway, and now my stories about my shit are being thrown out everywhere. I didn't appreciate that. I didn't think it was necessary. Tracy and I are fine. But it's not me. It's not me. And now I go and I report every time I see a newspaper in the bathroom. I report on it.
Did you address that with her? How when you were talking to Sarah, you felt sort of uncomfortable?
I know. You know what? I yelled. She yelled. We both didn't talk for a day, and then we both pretended it never happened.
Did you try to explain it to Sarah at all that you don't really?
No, Sarah was gone by the time Tracy and I were done yelling at each other.
Did you guys ever see the episode of How I Met Your Mother where Jason Segel does a whole plot line about how when he walks to the bathroom with a magazine, everybody knows he's going to take a shit?
Yeah, he went to the other building and he had to hide it.
Tom Chiusano had a whole edict about it at K-Rock. Sales guys weren't allowed to bring newspapers into the bathroom. It was the whole thing.
Tracy, I know there's been issues with this bathroom really from the get-go. Has it gotten any better, or do you think people are still disrespecting the
It got better
privilege?
for a while. People were paying a little more attention when they were leaving, cleaning things up off the seats. But like last week, I mean, the pubes have started all over again. There was just urine all over the floor. And
How's
I
that
know
how is that
people saw it.
possible?
So it was all over the inside of the you could see the urine. Like all you had to do was walk in and you could see it on the floor.
Both Scott and Benji do say they pee in the bathroom all the time. They are on record for that. Not me.
Trace, what was this issue you had with Jason?
God, I don't even want to call it an issue because it's not anymore. We've discussed it. It's gone. But basically somebody, and Jason says it's not him, so if he says it's not him, so be it, goes in there, takes the paper, and then leaves it in there after they shit. That's fine if you want to read the paper in there when you shit. Many people do it. I get it. But take it with you when you go. Nobody wants your shitty paper. Don't leave it in there and tell me, oh, this one's going to want to read it. That one's going to want to read it. No one's going to want to read it. And I know this because they pile up. And by Friday, there's 5 papers sitting there that no one has touched because they're shitty papers. And nobody wants to touch a shitty paper.
So whoever's doing this isn't performing a public service like they think they are.
No, they're being lazy.
And
because they can't put their hand 3 feet to the left and stick it in the dumpster. They have to leave it on the counter.
And after Tracy and I had this incident, I started to report to her every time I saw a paper left. And you know what? Again, not to sound like a snob, but they're all USA Today's. And I mean, I'm fucking wasting my time on that
That's true.
shit.
I don't read that paper either.
They actually, I have to say, though, they became USA Today's after we had the discussion. Before that, it was the New York
Wow,
Post.
that is some master. Well, I get my New York Post electronically, so it would be on my iPad.
Okay.
The Daily News would be the only one I don't get.
I will tell you how little a sense of humor Tracy has when it comes to the bathroom. She complained to me once that there were pubes in there, and I cracked a joke that she did not find funny. And I said, hey, if you shake the tree hard enough, a few leaves will fall off. She's like, that's disgusting.
And Tracy, you're just disgusted by all this, yes?
Just your bathroom habits. Just, if you're at home and, your wife cleans your bathroom, your cleaning lady cleans your bathroom. I'm not your wife, I'm not your cleaning lady. We do have a maid at night, and I get it. That's what she's there for, but that's at night. We're there all day from 6 a.m. on. By 12 o'clock, it's disgusting. Disgusting in there.
I'm way more put out by the piss on the floor than I am by the shit.
Yeah, it was gross.
Yeah. I mean, listen,
lean down and use a fucking towel and clean it up if you can.
I'm still put off that we found a pebble there once that we could never identify who it belonged to.
A pebble?
Yeah, we found a little shit pebble. You don't remember that?
Oh, a shit pebble. I thought you meant.
Can we just take a step back for a second? It's one thing to shit, and I'm not trying to get this off me because I still don't think it was me that did it, but it's one thing to shit and leave a smell. It's another thing to piss on the floor, see yourself piss on the floor, and then walk away. That, to me, that's crazy. That is like, pick up a fucking paper towel, bend down, and fucking do what you got to do. Don't be pissed on the floor.
Do you think there's any chance that somebody pees and doesn't know they hit the floor?
Yes.
No, not this time.
No,
not this
no.
time. No
you know
way.
what? 'Cause I've done it before. I've missed, whatever. But I've cleaned up afterwards. I go, oh shit, and I get a paper towel and I
I've
clean up.
only ever missed, to the best of my knowledge, like when I was so drunk, and I haven't been that drunk here.
No, because I know what Tracy's talking about, and I've seen it. I didn't come running, but now I will. I'm going to come running to everybody.
By the
But you walk in, you see there's a puddle underneath the fucking toilet, and it happens in our...
It's somebody who doesn't drink a lot of water because it is bright yellow. You can't miss it.
Somebody who might drink a very green vegetable drink.
And by the way, speaking of our public bathroom, last week, I don't remember if it was Thursday or Friday, and I know I was taking the piss because I was at the urinal, but I was standing in a puddle of water. I mean, it was just, the whole thing was all the urinals were under 3.5 feet.
We've had these issues. We had these issues at K-Rock in the public bathroom too. Men's bathrooms are just by nature disgusting.
That K-Rock bathroom was nasty.
You have no idea. I mean, we found somebody was shaving in there. We weren't even sure it was mustache hair. We thought it might have been pubes. It was so fucking gross.
Who do you think these newspapers are pointing to, Gary?
USA Today? Well, I couldn't say. But look, you mean who on the staff can't read a paper well enough unless there's graphs and pictures?
Lots of colors.
I got to think about that. Hey, it's Gary 𝗛𝗏𝗿, Baba Booey. On Tuesday's wrap-up show, we talked to the guy who goes on Craigslist and gets laid like crazy. That, of course, led us to talking to Benji about his exploits on Craigslist. And then Ronnie came in and we talked about his alter ego, Rhonda, and how Rhonda likes some finger in her ass a little bit, not all the way. Here's how it all went.
Our guest on the phone today, Aaron, who was the conqueror of Craigslist, I guess, and he talked about how he's not a particularly good-looking guy, but he knew how to play this game very well. And Benji, before you came in, we were saying today was the most eloquent. You were right on mic. You're an expert in this field.
You took the straightest line to get to your point.
Yeah,
Right.
that came across very clearly. But you seemed, could you vouch for him in a sense? Like, do you believe everything he said was true? All of his stories, all that stuff can happen.
Absolutely. And it's like I've said, it's if someone wants to figure it out, it works.
It's very interesting because interviewing him today was not that different from that night that we all went out to dinner with you and everybody at the table was interviewing you, and that's how I knew this guy was telling the truth, because what he talked about sounded a lot like what you talked about.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in the right place, like you said, small towns, I can't imagine it working. But if you're in a place with a big enough it's all a numbers game, and it's a niche marketing and knowing how to play it.
Right, so you're appealing to these fantasies, and if somebody bites, you're in business. But you did have an issue with the picture, right? Did we?
Well, he said like, use a picture that looks like you. I think for an uglier guy, that's not as. I would use your best for a guy. For a girl, you should use. For a guy, should use his best picture.
And a girl should use her not.
Well, it
so best?
depends. Well, for dating purpose, this is different. For dating, a girl should use her worst picture. But for just purely hooking up, a guy should definitely use his best picture.
And is part of the element sort of like the unknown, like you don't know who's going to show up at the door, and is that part of the
there's an exciting, like walking somewhere in the middle, in 2 a.m. and in some, like, it's kind of scary but kind of exciting.
I was blown away by the show up with a blindfold,
turn around.
That's just, to me, that just has trouble written all over it.
Have you done something like that?
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, I would wait blindfolded, and no, but I've told the guys here before, and this was years ago, and like I played into girls like rape fantasies, and I was always very worried. If you go to what if someone's, which now there's been several cases where people have set people up and they've gone to the wrong apartment.
Right. How can you prove your innocence?
Well, the guy said he never, girls don't do that initially. There's a lot of girls that are into that fantasy that do that, and I would always kind of whisper first, like, wait, this is really you're really into it. I wouldn't just start, doing it.
Ronnie, what do you think of this Craigslist stuff? Would you give this a shot back in the day?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
I don't know. You never know what you're walking into. You know, it's too risky for me. I wouldn't do it.
Benji, what would you say was, aside from that, what would you say was, back in the day, was the most dangerous situation you were ever in, where you got the most nervous or anything?
In projects, like not once in the apartment, but all of a sudden you realize, like, between floors on the elevator, that, like, people coming in and out of the elevator, that can be very scary.
Like, you'd be in an apartment on a street with 3 digits and on the 44th floor?
Yeah.
Did you ever turn around in the middle and say, I can't go through with this? And
if I met the girl and the girl was like, something was like really off about her, absolutely.
But what would be off? What would scare you away? I'm not talking about, if you meet a girl and you didn't like her look, that I get. Have you ever not had sex with a girl because there was
hairy stomach?
No, there was something that scared you, or something that, what did he call it? Your spidey sense should go on? Is that what he said?
No, it was usually more about looks. Always, if the girl's hot, I could get through fear.
Hey, did you ever walk into a situation? You walked in, the girl was real hot and everything, and you found out she had a cock.
No, but I
Have you, Ronnie?
No, I'm just asking a question because anything's possible because you get the transvestites who.
Well, no, but I have been in
kind
situations.
Of stuff too,
I talked about once on the air where I got there. And then I did realize, like, holy fuck, this is a dude.
And so that's
that's what I'm asking you.
Well, okay, there was one.
Was it a girl? You thought it was a girl?
There was a situation years ago. I talked about this. I called in the show before I worked here. This was before Craigslist. This was like from a phone line, and I went to the apartment in the middle of the night.
Oh my God.
And I was sitting on her bed, and all of a sudden I realized this is a guy. All of a sudden I was like, there's no way this isn't a guy.
But it looked like a girl when you walked in. You thought it was a chick.
I thought it was a chick.
Did you reach down to check?
No. But then she said to me, like, because she said that she was living at her parents' house. She said, you can't leave. I started telling her, like, I'm not comfortable with this. I have to go. And she's like, my parents will wake up. You can't leave. And I just started getting really scared. So
what'd you do?
I started talking about my girlfriend. And I said I had a girlfriend. And I felt so bad that I was cheating on her. And then this guy is like, starts like, oh my God, that's so sweet. And he's like cradling me. And I had to just sit there for a couple hours and talk about how guilty I felt till my parents.
Was he a big guy? Like, could he have raped you or something? Or?
No. It was.
Did you feel when you were in the hug that if you wanted to leave, it would be difficult because of the strength?
I started getting scared because I started looking around the room. There was all kinds of like satanic symbols.
Oh my God!
Like skulls and.
So you should have looked at that before you got.
Yeah, you didn't notice that right away.
Hey, Ronnie, beforehand, we were talking about this when you went in as Rhonda when talking with JD, and the finger in your ass came up. You always clarify and you make sure that everyone understands what you're talking about. Why is that?
What do you mean?
Rhonda kept talking about the way she likes a finger in her ass, and I found that very amusing.
Got to go in easy.
Not too tight.
Yeah, well, you don't want you just shove it in there. I mean, you gotta be easy, right? Right there, JD.
I don't. You tell me. You're the expert.
Well, I'm Rhonda.
No, I don't know what the hell you are.
Does there have to be lube involved, Rhonda? Like with a finger?
No.
Or dry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Rhonda.
And fingernails. Make sure you clip your fingernails
and file them.
JD, is this all too creepy for you, the Craigslist thing, or because it sounds like Benji said it's pretty much a short thing if you play your cards
I know,
right.
and I've had friends, I've seen the girls, they ended up hooking up with them, and it's just not. I'm just not into it. It's very. I'm very leery of the situation. It's like. The guy that called in saying a guy ended up showing up to his room. Like that's what I would think would happen to me because I know my luck.
Is it because you have to put the work in? Because this isn't the girls just don't show
there's
up.
That. I am very lazy, so there's a whole. Yeah.
But do you think that girls are just going to want to bang you? You got to put some work in, right?
No, I know. No, I know that.
At least put a bag of popcorn in a movie.
No, I know. I'm just. I know.
Even if it's in your hotel room.
The impression I got from Benji is if you throw enough lines out in a city this size, you're going to hook up every night. So how come you don't want to throw the lines out?
Huh?
How come you don't want to throw the lines out?
Just I just don't, and because I don't think I would have Benji's luck, and I just.
But I don't think Benji had luck. I think he was just throwing a lot of lines out.
Whatever, you know what I mean?
I think I'm good at once I was talking to a girl, but it's much more. And now JD, I think should just do Facebook. I mean, there's chicks that love him that he could easily, if he wanted to date or wanted to get late anytime, he could.
I'm not saying I. Of course, I met chicks on Facebook, and I don't really need Craigslist.
I think JD only approves girls as friends on Facebook, right?
For the most part, yeah. Unless I know the guy.
Because I get emails from fans who are like, "Oh, JD wouldn't approve me. He said only chicks."
Oh, hey, listen, sorry.
But online is much more efficient than dating. And I think a regular guy can get much hotter girls much easier.
Jay, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, that's Ron, first-time caller. So I was looking at this guy, give his spiel today, and was a little skeptical. And then Benji chimed in and said that he's had success as well. About 3 years ago, I was just leaving a relationship and decided to turn to Craigslist. I'm sure it was late at night. Basically, it was all phishing scams. Like all the what I thought were girls I was reaching out to, where my email inbox was inundated with like, go to this site to check out my pictures, and basically became unusable. So I'm wondering, has Benji run into this problem at all?
Well, I don't do it anymore. But yeah, it's like you would get 70% of the responses would be bullshit, but you put things in to see if it's a real response, and you weed through that. That's it's not that hard.
So
where do you live? Also,
there's some amount of work.
Where do you live?
Oh, we lost him.
Oh, yeah.
I think JD might have got discouraged too by that guy that made the film for the Howard Film Festival.
Oh, when he got fooled.
I'm discouraged by every. It seems like every girl I talk to, they just want to talk on the air and whatnot. I just don't want to talk to anyone. It makes me not want to discuss anything with anyone.
That is the cool thing. I mean, you could go on something like that and not be JD.
Oh, Rick, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys. I don't dislike Ronnie Munn, but to me, he's like the Korean nurse on MASH. It's like a little bit of him, okay, but sometimes Ronnie has to be in there every single time. Ronnie, you got to pull back, man. It's too much.
Rick says you got to pull back a little there, Ronnie.
That doesn't sound like Rick. The voice sounds very familiar.
It is Rick.
It is Rick from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't dislike you, Ronnie, but it's all...
Look, dude, I don't really care if you like me or you don't like me. I'm not in here every day. I'm in here when they talk about me on the air. John asked me to come in. I'm in. If you don't like it, don't listen to me. Nobody asked you to fucking listen to me,
Well,
dude.
I have to listen to you.
No, you
You're on
don't
the
have
air,
to
you
listen to me.
dumbass.
No, you don't, you dumbass.
Rick, do you
Somebody put a gun to your goddamn head.
Rick, do you think Ronnie's popularity has sort of gotten in the way of others' fame here, or people may be a little jealous?
I think his popularity is a myth, and I think he's taking too much airtime. And for Sal and Richard, I wouldn't try.
Dude, I was invited in here, you moron. I don't come in here every day.
Too much, Ronnie.
Well, too much of you, Rick. Go get a fucking job.
Gary, do you think Richard and Sal may be jealous of Ronnie's ascent?
No.
I love Ronnie. I was cutting up isolated Ronnie yelling clips today, so we're big fans of Ronnie.
We just put
And
together
I
that
could
great
go,
funeral bit about Ronnie.
That's awesome, dude.
And
we love
I've
that.
been playing that for everybody.
And I could hear stories about Ronnie getting fingers in his ass every freaking day.
And I could watch
love
you
it.
blow yourself all the time. It's great.
I
love it.
Who doesn't love their grandparents? Come on.
Yeah.
We love Ronnie.
On Wednesday's wrap-up show, all the talk was about hoarding. Matt, who cleans up after the hoarders, called in, and Gary, Ronnie, really everyone had stories about how they or their moms hoard, and this is how that conversation went.
We learned a lot about hoarding today. and the perils of hoarding. And we're going to dig in here and see who, besides Gary's mom and Ronnie's mom, falls into that category of major hoarder. Well, let's start off, though, with Matt Paxton, who called in. He cleans up after the hoarders that you see on the show, on the A&E show. And we were all glued to our radios because he just had one experience after the other in terms of grossness and what he's got to deal with.
Yeah, I got to throw this one totally to Will. We all got the email, and I looked at it, and I was like, I didn't really see what the guest could be in it. And then Will hit me back, and he goes, I'll bet you he's got some great stories. Let me pre-interview him. And then, you know, when he came back with the oozing gooey cats,
Yes.
that's when I knew he'd be a good guest. But he was good on the air too.
I thought he was very good, but and that was some nasty stuff, Will, that we heard about.
Yeah, it was great. You know, 𝗫ci sent out to know about the guy, and I pre-interviewed him, and he had an amazing story. I mean, all you got to hear is 45,000 pounds of poop in somebody's house, and, you know, I'm hooked right there.
I thought that, to me, the line of the day was when he was talking about all the bugs in that one house, and he said, yeah, we were putting cotton in our ears and sealing up our assholes.
Tape their assholes shut.
I mean, imagine, like, that's what you do for a living, and, like, you're laying in bed one night, and a bug crawls out of your ass.
It's like being in High-Pitched Mike's house.
He did say recovering addicts, though, enjoy the job. I guess there's a new thrill every day. You're dealing with hazardous crap like that.
And that's a whole other thing that I thought was really interesting about him. Forget about the cleanup part, the fact that he hires, you know, convicts, ex-convicts, and he says, he had a great line that he goes, I like them when they're right on the line. Like, if they sneeze, they could go back to jail. Those are the kind I like.
Now, do you think that, well, does it surprise you, one, how much money he makes doing it, and...
He doesn't make enough money.
No, I think he's underpaid, but what he said that the hoarding provides a wall of safety for the people who do it. Do you believe that? I mean, do you think that's why people do it? I mean, was that why your mom did it?
Yeah, my mom wasn't good enough to be on the show by any stretch of the imagination. She was like a hoarder, like on a lower level. But no, she was more collecting stuff that she really thought she was going to get to. She really felt that she was going to utilize the stuff. The people who are behind a wall, that's a whole other area, and I don't know what they're thinking.
Now, do you collect stuff? I know you collect stuff.
I do.
But are you a hoarder? Would you could classify yourself as a hoarder?
I'm not a hoarder, but I am a collector. And I do collect stuff, and I'm not talking about, like, I collect animation cells and I collect sports memorabilia. I have, like, piles of shit around my house. Like, I just cleaned up the other day. I had a closet full of electronics equipment that I was sure I was going to use one day that's valuable. And I looked at it the other day, and I go, you know what? This is all. I have stuff that doesn't even have HDMI inputs on them anymore. So I have everything in a big pile, and I'm getting rid of them this weekend.
Will you get rid of it? Or
I will. Although I do have to say, I pulled it out of the closet like 2 weeks ago, so it's moved to I'm going to get rid of it, but it's not that easy to just take it and get rid of it. So I do have a little bit of that in me. I have to move it from A to B and then finally to the dump.
And what about Mary? Does she keep stuff or she wants to get rid of it right away?
Get rid of it all.
Yeah, that's
too much shit. Get rid of it.
That's the same with me and Deb. I'll want to keep everything, and she'll just want to get rid of it. What about you, Will? You hoarding a lot of stuff in that New Jersey
same
house?
way. No, not at all. If I don't use something for a few months, I'm ready to get rid of it. Pretty good about that.
Did you see on CBS Sunday Morning this past weekend, they showed a guy that works on the show, and he's like us. He's got a basement full of shit. So what it turns out that in all of this crap that he's got McDonald's toys from the 80s that are still in the package and keeps telling his wife they're valuable. He had, turns out, Billy Bean's Mud Hens jersey. So that's valuable. So now he's convinced his wife, because he found one valuable thing in the pile of shit, that they can't throw anything away.
Who do you think the worst hoarder is around here, just in terms of their office space? Like, who keeps the most stuff laying around?
Well, 𝗫ci, when 𝗫ci did what Will used to do, I never really questioned him on how he did it, but he had lots of envelopes coming out of it. It didn't seem like there was a system at all, and there was just a lot of paper. So I think he's probably a bit of a hoarder.
Yeah, I definitely have hoarding tendencies for, like, and it's for two things. It's either anything with potential value. Like, I'll have like 4 like tubes of toothpaste, and if there's still a little bit left, like, oh wow, I gotta finish this. I gotta finish it. And the other thing is anything potentially sentimental or that, like, leads to a memory. It's very hard, and that can be a shirt, that can be a T-shirt. It's very hard to just throw it. I love when something's absolutely destroyed and I can throw it out and not have any feelings towards it.
I have a Bruce Springsteen shirt from the River tour that I washed once and now wouldn't fit on a 7-year-old, and I won't throw it away.
Yeah, because it means something to you.
Well, I think I'm going to sell it on eBay, but I went on eBay and it's completely fucking worthless. And at one point, I tried to make one of my kids wear it. They looked at it and they go, I'm not wearing that.
Atif, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yes, good morning. I have a quick question. I was on hold when Matt was on Stern, but he never got to my call. And I'm really curious, and maybe one of you guys can answer the question, how does hoarding equate to filth? You know, like I understand hoarding is saving a lot of things or collecting a lot of items, but why are hoarders so dirty? Like the houses, they don't have water. Like the guy said, they crap in the, you know, in the blankets and piss in bottles. What is that all about?
I can tell you this much: with my mother and the guy I was talking about, my friend's father with all the Maxwell House coffee cans, and even Ronnie seemed to say the same thing. They weren't dirty. They collected stuff. They hadn't gotten to that next level. Like my mom was very clean, and if she found something that was like dirt, always won out over hoarding. If she would have found where the boxes were, and there was like mouse droppings there, she just would have thrown it all away.
My guess is like the guy he was talking about that has feces literally all over his house. My guess is that's not a hoarder. That's just like because I bet they're not people that are saying, "Oh my God, you can't take away my feces." Like I might need this for something, or I'll forget something.
They're just a casualty almost.
I would think of something else.
You know who the original hoarders were? Remember that movie Grey Gardens? Those people that were the Jackie Kennedys. They had this house in the Hamptons. It was this beautiful house, and you couldn't. I don't know if you ever saw the movie, but like newspapers piled to the ceiling. Al Goldstein was a big hoarder. I went to his apartment once. He opened up a room, and it was all pieces of watches that he was working on repairing, but there was no sense to it at all, and it was a room that had been rendered useless because of all the shit he had put in it.
And is that the two New York brothers you were talking about? I was reading about them. They're like the famous hoarders. One was crushed to death by scrap in his place, and the other one literally could not get out of the apartment and starved to death.
That's crazy. That's a whole other place.
Thanks for calling in, Atif. Mike in Illinois, you're on the wrap-up show.
How we doing this morning, guys?
Good, Mike. What's on your mind?
Hey, Gary, I was just wanting to know, there's difference between a hoarder and a pack rat. I mean, I'm a pack rat. My house don't look like what the hoarders do. You know, I keep a clean house and stuff like that, but I'm constantly keeping a hold of stuff because I always think that I'm going to use it, and my mentality is the minute I throw it away, the next day I'm going to need it for something.
I think a pack rat, I thought my mother was a pack rat. To me, a pack rat is a hoarder in training.
Okay.
It's like the minor leagues of hoarding.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I'm getting at. I mean, with you, you say you got that electronic stuff. That's more of a pack rat type deal.
Well, yeah, except for the fact that I can't get rid of it. I mentally can't get rid of it.
Now, with the people around here, we talked about Benji a little bit, but the two names that kept coming up in the back were JD and Scott Salem. Now, maybe that's because they have their own spaces and they can put stuff in. I know JD, and Robin was the third one with her extra office or annex or whatever it's called.
We should look in there, by the way, and see what it's become. I had that thing bare bones. I'm curious what it's become.
But do you think any of them have hoarding tendencies? But JD's got a lot of stuff in his little room there.
JD's not a hoarder. He's messy, which is a difference. He doesn't like to save stuff. He's just too lazy to throw it away. I don't think JD's very attached to any of that junk in his office.
Now, how does this translate to people's homes? Like Benji, you've talked about your apartment used to be. I don't know if it still is.
It's not. It's much. I've gotten much better. Like New York kind of forces you to get, like not to be. It's
You're saying
very
you're
hard
better
to be,
since you moved to New York? Because I went to your apartment once and it was pretty hoardish.
Oh, really?
There was like boxes and boxes of his. That's what he does. He saves his jokes that he writes on the show.
Yeah,
right. And there were literally maybe like 6 to 7 boxes piled on top of each other.
Oh, it got to the point of like there's 60, 70 boxes.
I'm saying all over the apartment. There was little mazes to get around.
But is there any order to it? Because if there's no order to it, then it's useless.
Not a lot of order.
Like I told you, Jackie had his in loose leaf notebooks, and he could go and tell you jokes he wrote on the day that so and so was here. whereas Benji just seems to have them piled up to the
No,
ceiling.
and they're pieces of paper that say like toothbrush on.
Right.
And they're meaningless.
See, I got the jokes.
Oh, you like that one? Eh?
But that's what Stuttering John had a drawer full of his jokes that were like that, and he went to go ask Tom for a raise, and he just pulled out the stack of papers that were all over the place and threw them on Tom's desk, and goes, "These are the jokes here." Tom picks up a piece of paper that says hairbrush.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even know what this is.
Ronnie, you experienced this firsthand with your mom, and are you a hoarder yourself? Do you hold on to all this stuff?
Absolutely not.
Because of what you experienced with your mom, or you've always been...
Dude, this was one of the worst experiences, probably one of the most experiences of my life, cleaning out that house.
Why was it so traumatic for you?
Because it was, what happened was, like I said on the air earlier, my mother had gone in for surgery. And when she had gone in for surgery, I had cleaned the house out once. And by the time, like 4 or 5 years later, when she passed away, dude, I mean, it was worse than the first time I cleaned it out. It was insane.
What made it so insane?
It just all the boxes and the containers, and what I never got to after the second part of the journey of the cleanup, she became obsessed with QVC. I had so much. I could have opened up Joan Rivers jewelry store. I'm not kidding you. I took, no lie, 5 boxes of QVC jewelry.
What'd you do with it?
I donated it to like a charity thing, and it was all costume jewelry and shit. But still, it was insane.
She was addicted to QVC. You
She
think?
got it after I stopped her from hoarding, I guess, containers and stuff. She started with the QVC thing, and every time I saw her, she would have 15 rings on. And then she started with like these Indian bracelets, and then it was the Joan Rivers stuff, the watches, the bracelets, the necklaces. She just went from one thing to another.
Yeah, the really sad part when I cleaned out my mother's house was I called all my buddies over, and I said, "Listen, I got to get this done in a weekend. Can you give me a hand?" So we ordered this giant dumpster, and I'd even sort of hid it from my friends to some degree how bad it was. So they thought it would be fun when we were taking all the stuff out. Every time we went by with something, my mother was grabbing it from them, like, no, you can't take that. And so they would take out something that was glass, because we had this empty dumpster. They thought it would be fun to just throw it in the dumpster and hear it break. And every time it broke, my mother's whole body would shake, and she would start to sob uncontrollably. And I called the guys in the basement. I was like, "Guys, can you just lay it down, please?" They just thought they were having fun, but it was killing her.
And when you guys were going through the house, I mean, it had to be heartbreaking, I would think. Even though that stuff didn't mean anything to you, there had to be something you associated.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of. I mean, there was a lot of stuff. I mean, clothes. Forget about it. She'd buy clothes that still had tags on them. Never wore them.
That's right. Seeing old stuff that still had the price on it that was brand new but 15 years old was the weirdest thing. Stuff that they had bought and never used. Just a waste.
Did you find any of your old stuff in the house? Like, did she hold on to any memories of you or things you had?
Like pictures and stuff like that, but nothing else. Because when I moved out, I took all my stuff. But like Gary said, he got a dumpster. I could, in the development where she lived in the garden department development, you couldn't get a dumpster. So I had these guys, one of these junk companies, come with a 12-yard truck, dump truck. They had to make 3 trips, 3 full trucks.
Wow.
I will also say that when my mother, when we were selling the house, when we were cleaning up, my mother claimed she'd spent 2 months cleaning the house to get ready for this tag sale. And I told the story on the air. A fan comes over. He didn't, it wasn't advertised, but when the guy came over, he recognized me, and I had to chase him out to his car. He had bought all of my school pictures from grade 1 through 6 and a bunch of my report cards. And I was like, "Dude, those are mine." I said, "Mom, I thought you cleaned up. This is like all my shit here."
How much were your photos going for?
I don't know, but I got it back, which I have them now, which would have bummed me out. It's fun to have my school photos. I show them to my kids.
Well, not only that, but in this day and age, there would have been a whole Gary and high school webpage put out with all your pictures plastered
The classic
everywhere.
story we talked about the next day, the guy called in. There used to be this little thing, a lot of families had it. It was like, you put it on your wall, it was like a dog house. and it was flat, and everybody's name was in it. Whenever anybody did something bad, you'd put the dog in the doghouse. And the guy called up on Monday to say that he bought it. You know, it said Mom, Dad, Steven, Anthony, Gary. It's fucking embarrassing.
Did your mom put those out to sell, or someone, a company came through and like just priced everything?
No company came through. My mother just put everything out, and people just started grabbing shit.
Oh, just like unclassified boxes.
Yeah, I said, Mom, you cleaned up? She goes, yeah, I did. Guy opens up a box. There's all my shit.
By the way, we got to get to the bottom of our bathroom situation again. So we have in our compound here, we built a little bathroom.
Yes.
For guys who like Howard TV and stuff, and some of the guys who work in the office, so that they can. What is that, Gary? Gary, it disrupts me when you walk in like that.
I'm sorry. I thought you knew. I have the log for the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so we have a little bathroom. There's a main bathroom out there that all of Sirius uses. And I've been thinking about it. The little bathroom should just be for peeing and washing up, not shitting. If you have to shit, go to the main bathroom. How's that?
I think you've said that before.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know what it is? The little bathroom we built is right here in the hall. It's right on top of all the people. And if someone runs in there to wash their hands or to pee, and you shit in there, it stinks to high heaven.
I've run into a bomb in there.
Yeah, and and then when you come out, people think you took the shit.
Right, I want to announce, hey, that wasn't me.
Well, anyway, last week, Benji came running out of the bathroom, and he said to Gary, look, it wasn't me. The room smells like shit. He went in to pee, and he was afraid he was going to get tagged.
I came out, and I said, I ran into a bomb, and I'm getting a log right now to figure out a log of who went in.
Right.
To figure it out. And Benji goes, hey, I just came out. I smelled it, too. It wasn't me.
Right. So we narrowed it down to two people who shit in there. It was either Jason or Scott the engineer. Now, I'll tell you the trajectory or the timeline. The timeline.
Okay.
All right. What time did Benji come out of the bathroom?
I don't know when they come out. I only know where they went. Benji went in at 11:30.
Okay.
But he couldn't have been in long because I went in at 11:32.
All right. So the chances that Benji shit in there
are low. Slim.
Right.
All right. So then Jason went in before Benji.
Right. He went at 11:27.
All right. So he was in there for 3 minutes.
Right.
All right. Now, before him was Scott the engineer.
He went in at 11:19.
11:19. And when did Jason go in?
11:27. So that would have given him 8 minutes to shit.
Right.
I think it was him.
My guess is, if I was a betting man, that Scott the engineer took a big dump in there.
I will tell you, if he shit at 11:19, it still reeked at 11:33.
Yeah, well, it would. It's a tiny little room with no window. Is there a fan in there?
I don't think so, no.
No, I mean, to shit in there is absurd. You shit in there? Tell the truth. Swear on your son's life you didn't shit in there this past week.
I'm not gonna swear on my son's life.
It was him.
But I'll swear on my life. I didn't shit in there.
No, but
what was
who cares
that?
about
What
your
was
life?
It? Friday? Thursday?
It was Wednesday.
Wednesday
No,
right after the show.
absolutely not.
So then it was Jason you're claiming.
I'm not claiming anything.
It's either you or Jason.
I wasn't me. I can guarantee that. It wasn't me.
You won't swear on your son's life, though.
No, but
why? If you did it, then there's no problem. I mean, if you didn't do it, there's no problem. So you did shit.
I didn't.
And you were in there for 8 minutes.
No, I didn't. I wasn't in there for 8 minutes. It says.
Yeah, that's true.
When I went in
All
there.
right. Okay. Jason, did you shit?
I've shit in the bathroom before.
Did you shit on there on Wednesday?
Zero idea. I have no idea.
All right, then it was Jason.
Well,
Did you shit on there on Wednesday?
I'm shitting there all the time.
Yeah, but you don't. Why do you shit in there?
Because it's a bathroom that I use. By the way, so does Benji and so does Scott. And not only
Benji,
that, but
have you
just
ever, wait a second. Let's back that up. Have you shit in there?
In 6 years or 7 years, it's possible once after the show I have, but no, I do not. I rarely.
What, are we taking your word for it?
Well, why not shit in the big bathroom where there's ventilation? I mean, there's no ventilation in that little
Well,
room.
I'll tell you several. First of all, there's no way I shit in 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Okay, I know what it takes when I shit, and it's no 2-minute operation.
Right.
So if that's the time frame,
So you're saying it's Scott? It's either you, Benji, or Scott.
here's the deal.
It couldn't have been Benji.
Anybody
It
in this
couldn't have been Benji.
Anybody.
Benji, because this thing tells you to the second. So really, Benji, I came in 1 minute and 40 seconds after Benji.
Anybody who could sit here and claim that they know when they took a shit on Wednesday, whether here or
I would
anyplace
know.
else,
If I
is
took a
crazy.
shit here, I'd know exactly when I did.
Where did you shit on Wednesday? How many times did you shit on Wednesday?
I know how many times I shat here on Wednesday.
Okay, but here is part of my life.
Oh, here
Like,
is a huge thing, though.
Yeah,
man.
but here's part of my life. Like,
You
I'm
shit
here-
at
And
work.
you've gotten so comfortable with
Right.
it, it's not a big deal.
I mean, I'm here 10, 12 hours a day. I'm not remembering every shit.
No, I can't tell you this. I am having constipation problems, but if I shit on a show day, it's in the big bathroom.
Right.
If there's no show, I might go in the other bathroom and shit.
Okay, fair
but
enough.
I guarantee that
Wednesday was a show day.
I will not shit on show day in that bathroom.
Howard,
I know Jason has been seen taking newspapers into the bathroom.
So let me tell you what's going
I'm not
on.
denying that I shit in the
That's
bathroom.
so gross.
Let me tell you what's going on with that.
Okay,
Because
well, then
I
yell
spoke
at
to
everybody else that does.
I spoke to
Like,
Tracy.
don't sit in there and read and
Maybe
shit.
somebody had gas.
Howard,
No, gas doesn't last that long.
I spoke to Tracy about the newspaper thing. You know that Jason and Tracy didn't talk to each other for like 2 days last
Yeah,
week.
well, Tracy was very rude and wrong, I thought.
Here's what I was told. That this is how I hear it, Jason. You can give your side. Jason goes into the bathroom with newspapers.
Right.
Maybe when he shits, he wants to read the paper. Then he leaves them in there. His argument, Tracy goes there, gross, throw them away. And
Right,
his
because who
argument
wants
is
to touch it?
he's leaving them for other people who want to shit and read the paper.
And I mean,
no
hold
one
on, can
wants to touch your newspaper after you shit and you've had your shit hands on the newspaper. Throw that shit out.
Now, the actual story is...
It's so gross.
I throw the newspapers out.
Like, people who come to my home,
It doesn't
they
matter.
take the paper. Hold it, Jason. People come to my home sometimes, and they take the paper. Like, I have a paper delivered to the house.
Sure.
They take the paper, and I see them disappear with it.
Right.
And then they come back, and they put it back on my kitchen counter. And I'm like, that guy, I know he just took a shit. And now that paper's back. I don't want to touch his shit paper. I mean, you can't take a shit without reading the newspaper. First of all, a good argument can be made. You better be in touch with yourself when you're shitting. Sitting there all day with your hemorrhoids is not a good idea. You're going to develop hemorrhoids if you don't have them. Just shit and get off the pot. When I take a dump, I don't go until I absolutely have to go. I'm in and out of there in under a minute. I shit, and I stand up and wipe off, hose down. I take my baby wipes, I get in there, and I dig out every remnant. Clean as a whistle, and I get out of there. All in a minute.
So your underwear is always clean?
Oh, yes.
Always?
Absolutely. As long as I have baby wipes. Why, your underwear isn't clean?
It's clean like 99% of the time, but sometimes shit happens. Sometimes
Shit happens.
I'm not allowed to put wipes in the toilet. in my
Why?
house.
What do you mean you're not allowed?
Well,
What kind of man are you?
the plumber told us that it's bad.
So then get a plastic bag and put like a baby diaper.
Yeah, I do. I use them sometimes when I need to. But I used to
You
put
wipe,
it.
you throw your duty into the you don't put it in the toilet.
Well, I don't use them that much. He told us this like 2 months ago.
So what do you do with the baby wipes?
Now I put them in the garbage.
Oh,
but there's a plastic bag in there.
And then do you tie up the plastic bag, or you just leave
No, I
it?
put a magazine on top of it. I'm not putting.
So the shit.
I'm not putting gobs of shit in there.
Oh my God, that's so gross. Just flush it down. So what? So you'll
Well, because it could cause a big problem. Like the kind of problem where they got to dig up pipes and, you know.
It's worth it. There's shit in your garbage pail in your house.
But Jason's saying that. So Jason, you're saying that you were not reading
the whole reason I got mad at Tracy was because I wasn't leaving the newspapers in the bathroom, and I was talking to Tim's beautiful assistant Sarah in the hallway.
Yeah.
When Tracy came out screaming at me, "You every time you take a shit, you leave a newspaper in there, blah blah blah."
Well,
so I got no, and I told her that, and I also told her that I didn't appreciate being screamed at about my shitting habits in the middle of the hallway while I'm talking to somebody.
Well, you got a
but
point.
we're fine about that now. But the whole point was, no, I wasn't leaving stuff in there, and now I've come to the point where every time I see a newspaper in there, I report it to Tracy immediately.
So you won't get accused.
Yeah, the second I see one in there, I go to the USA Today in there. There's the Daily News in there. I'm like,
why
I
not
don't
shit in the main bathroom though? Because I mean, all of your coworkers are going to walk by.
Well, first of all, I try and do most of my shitting in the afternoon here. It's quiet, it's empty, everyone's gone for the most part.
Okay.
And the one door in the hall, it's gross. You're sitting in between people. You're hearing God knows what going in all the stalls next to you.
Yeah.
You see the things on the floor. Now that said, Scott and Benji, if they claim that they know exactly when and where they shit on Wednesday, I'm sorry. I just don't think that's honest. I will say for
Scott,
I have no idea where I
shit.
shit.
I know when I take a shit at work. That's a major thing.
But you're here 4 or 5 hours a day.
I do
you're
know.
Here.
I'm telling you, I know.
You did not shit Wednesday here.
Absolutely.
And
I didn't
Benji,
shit
you know
Wednesday
you
at all.
didn't?
Positively did not shit Wednesday.
So was the Jason turd.
So
what I'm saying is that everyone's got to smell your shit for a half hour at least.
And I have to smell everyone else's shit here. I'm not the only one that shits at work.
I got to defend Jason a little bit because I'm looking at the times here. So Jason went in at 11:27 and 23 seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
Benji went in at 11:30 and 38 seconds. So Jason would have had a shit in 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
And read the newspaper.
What, you think that's impossible?
It is for me.
What, to shit in 3 minutes?
Howard, I couldn't shit. First of all, you just made a whole thing about how I bring the newspaper in, which is true.
Right.
Which means way more than 3 minutes. I'm in the bathroom. When I go to the bathroom,
Well,
It takes me a minute to put the paper down.
Who went in before me?
Before you.
I don't remember.
Scott DePace.
I don't remember.
No, it was
really bad ones.
one of the guys on our TV show was in, but he was in 2 minutes before Scott. Scott is the biggest lapse of time.
Right.
There was a guy from TV. He went in 11:08:01, and then Scott went in at 11:10:28.
18 minutes swing there, bro.
I mean, you guys lay a bomb in there. It lasts for a half hour.
It was bad because I smelled it when I came out. Benji, you smelled it, right?
Do you guys courtesy flush? Does everyone know how
Oh
to do
yeah!
that?
Yes.
Oh my God! I hit the button before the crap's all the way out of my ass.
Right.
Because I'm scared of the I'm not just scared of the. I'm not just scared of the smell. I'm scared of those toilets don't have a lot of water in them.
Right.
And
yeah,
listen,
you don't want to
I
clog.
shit big. Yeah, I don't want to clog. I don't want to shit on top of shit where the shit just sits in the bowl and you shit on top of it. Your conversation, man.
How about when you can't clean the toilet when you shit and then there's remnants left all over the place?
You know what I do? I roll up toilet paper
Yeah,
and I get in there and I clean it.
That's what you do.
That's
Or
right.
flush
You
it a
wipe it
thousand
down.
times.
That's what you do now that Howard said to do because somebody was leaving it in there.
You know what else I do?
No, I would never do that.
My lovely wife pointed this out to me. I never realized I did this, but I leave ass sweat on the seat.
Okay.
And so now every time I shit, I now at home and at work and anywhere, I take a paper towel and I run it across.
I'm
and
going
done.
in with the Lysol every
It's
time.
time
now.
for you to lose some weight.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, really. I mean, seriously, with ass sweat.
I know.
Man.
That's vile.
Hey Howard, even though that's your private bathroom and you're the only one who uses it, do you still paper when you put that, or you just trust that it's yours?
No, it's mine.
Because I'm down to like double paper now in that bathroom.
Yeah, I don't blame you. But I think you guys, seriously, like I don't go in there, but people do walk by, and Robin uses it. I think you should shit in the main place and just use that for peeing, you know.
I'm down with that.
That's what I think.
If everyone else subscribes to that rule, I'm down with it.
Here, Howard TV complains that they can smell Jason's bowel movements for 10 minutes after he uses the bathroom. Like, it wafts into the Howard TV room.
Yeah, that's a funny joke to put up, but I don't shit during the show. I mean, I just don't have time for it. I'm
Guys.
telling you, it's a whole thing.
But they're there after the show. Maybe that's what they're saying.
After the show, that might be true.
Right. 10 minutes.
Yeah, listen, Howard TV could do a special on it.
It's vile.
It's my only quiet.
All right, just thought I would bring that all up.
Scott, what? Between your quest to bowl,
yes. Listen, I'm very blessed.
your block party woes,
yes,
and now this recent bathroom investigation.
Yes.
You've been taking a lot of shit lately, quite literally.
Yeah. I don't know if I like the way you put that.
No one's happy.
I didn't say you took the shit. I said you're taking a lot of it.
Yes, I have been, yes.
But you maintain that not only the time frame, but also the day, you maintain that it wasn't you. You are not the poop caper.
I'm not the culprit. Absolutely not. No. That I will say definitely, positively, absolutely. Yes. Not me.
Based on the way he remembers things, do you believe Jason is the poop culprit?
I can't say for anybody else, but I can say for me. I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Did you smell any remnants from possibly a third party?
I don't remember.
A second pooper?
It could be. I
go
in there a lot and it stinks. I tell you that much. But I don't remember that day of stinking.
Great show, John. Thank you, John.
Whatever.
Do you believe, due to the lack of ventilation issues, that a fart gone awry could be responsible for the leftover smell?
If it was a really bad one, yeah, it probably could be.
But look,
possible. Anything's possible. Wasn't me.
Like I'm an ass.
Would you take a lie detector test?
Yes, I would.
It's just a remarkable.
Yes, absolutely.
I believe you.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm in here.
Based on the way the evidence was presented to you, the time frames, you're still close to 100% sure that it wasn't you. You require way more time than.
Just solely based off the 2.5 minute, 3 minute time frame that they gave us. I mean, there's just no way. If I shit, that would be like the fast. That means I went in, closed the door, locked it, pulled my pants down, sat, did my business, and left. That would be an incredibly efficient shit for me. But again, and I'm sorry, I do not believe Benji and Scott. I think they're lying out their asses. I don't remember. A, if I took the shit on Wednesday. B, where I took that shit. I'm sorry. I have no idea.
I just spoke to Scott. He's willing to take a lie detector test to clear his.
But a lie detector test. I mean, he could believe he knows. You know what I mean? Like, you take a lie detector test doesn't prove anything to me. I'm not embarrassed. If I'm the one that took the shit and it was smelly, I guess I apologize. I'm just saying, based off the evidence. I'm sitting here admitting to the world that my shits take longer than 3 minutes, which is embarrassing. So this isn't working in my favor, other than to say, if it was me in that 3 minute time period, that was incredibly fast. That said, I always subscribe to the one who smelt it, dealt it. And how Benji is, just because he's the first person that went to Gary and said something, how that puts him in the clear is beyond me.
I know, because it also speaks to the whoever denied it, supplied it clause.
I mean, these are things that have been known for years. It is known. It is known. And it has always been known. And Benji is the biggest breaker of all guy rules ever. And so, you know, it would make sense to me that he went and stunk up the place and then told Gary. I don't know why he gets a pass just because he's the one that brought it up. It doesn't make any sense to me.
This smelly crime reeks of Bronx right now.
It reeks. It reeks. It definitely reeks, Greg. But if it was me, I apologize, I guess, for taking a shit at work in the bathroom. And I will walk around with box of matches from now on. Therefore, nobody could ever accuse it of being me.
I truly don't believe it's you, just because you're so forthcoming about it.
I'm not embarrassed by it. If it was me, if I knew I'd left the fucking, I would come in there and be like, yeah, sorry about that. That was a bad one. You know, but
he doesn't have.
I'm trying to be honest. My honest answer is I don't remember when and if I took a shit on Wednesday.
Right, but as the best-selling novel, shall we say, says, everybody poops.
Everybody poops.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
Nothing to be ashamed of. Just keep it clean. Keep it smelling good if you can. And more importantly, don't rat on other guys' shits. Jesus Christ. Now that I know we're doing, people think I'm a weasel. Now that I know that we're ratting out shits, a whole bunch of people are going down around here. You have no idea what goes on in our bathroom. It's
craziness.
Benji, right over your shoulder is the scene of the alleged crime. You still?
I thought you were. The toilet. Yeah.
You still maintain you had nothing to do with a number 2.
No, I always get the numbers confused. 2 is
poop.
Yeah. No, it's not. First of all, yeah, it is a courtesy not to do 2 back there, but also, I wouldn't be comfortable doing 2 back there because like, I always feel like someone else is waiting to go in, and so there's only been a few times over the years I've defecated here, and that's been over there just because it's more, to me, it's more relaxing. You can take your time. I walked in there and I was hit with it, and I went ahead and peed because I was like, oh fuck, I gotta pee. I'm already in here. No, I did not. I can definitively say I did not do that on what they're talking about. So,
based on the information given today, who do you believe the number 1 culprit is?
You know, well, the only one who said he's not sure if he did it was Jason. So I'd say, and Jason says he does regularly do in there. So I would guess it was Jason. But if he says he didn't, I would, I don't know. I don't have enough evidence. I haven't studied this kind of field, so I don't know.
Plus 3 minutes for Jason? That's tough.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know.
Truly a mystery.
It's not one of the world's greatest mysteries, but if you have the top billion mysteries, it's a mystery.
Well, around an office,
it's
a workplace, it's a very, very interesting mystery.
It is a mystery. I think it would be fun though to do. Like, I would love if we could. I don't know how we could do that. Like, I don't know. Like, that would be a tough one to.
I mean, you'd almost have to swab like the.
But it would have to be immediately after, and there's even sometimes people go in and they get in between people. So, I don't know. We should, it'd be fun. We could maybe get some real cops.
That's what I mean. Yeah, some forensics.
Yeah, get some real cops. Do actual get some real New York City cops and like do a real interrogation about it and see if we can really solve it. That would be fun.
Could be the start of some sort of web series too.
Like just a total thing every time, like a CSI.
Yeah.
Who's shit kind of thing.
Feces forensics.
Yeah.
All right, we got it.
All right.
Hey, man. What's up? Welcome back, sir.
Oh my gosh, what a pleasure.
I was going to ask you, do you still have the excitement?
I couldn't sleep last night. I was tweeting, I couldn't sleep. Man, it's never, I'll never get used to this. This is the coolest.
Even in your second appearance, even after you've already broken your cherry.
I'm nervous, I'm excited. There's just nothing like it in the world.
And you've had a lot go on since your last appearance.
Yes, yeah. Got nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Got a new movie coming out?
This is the climax, though. Well, 21 Jump Street, yeah. I've been working on that movie for 5 years, from 23 to 28, and it's finally coming out, and I'm nervous as shit, because it's awesome, and I just hope people don't think it's another crappy TV show remake, you know?
You wrote the screenplay for that, right?
I was one of the writers, yeah.
Awesome.
And produced it and acted in it. But we even make a joke right away in the movie that's like about how unoriginal and lazy it is to remake a TV show into a movie. It's fucking awesome. It's just such an awesome movie. I hope people go see it. I hope Howard sees it because he would love it if he took the time to go see it. But I don't know. This is the highlight of my press always. Like, I can't believe I'm invited here.
Well, it's good to have you back, man.
Yeah, I'm such a fuck. I was tweeting out last night, hashtag fly me with balloons, hashtag Mike Walker fart, hashtag high pitch, just, you know.
You know your stuff. You know the details.
I just am excited, man. I'm excited. I really want to talk about, I forgot to tell Howard last time about private parts. Remind me, I have a really important thing to tell him about private parts in Moneyball. And the correlation between the two for me.
Really? There's a reference or a connection?
There's a big connection that I want to tell him about, so if you can remind me, that would be great.
I will. On your way in, I'll just yell, private parts, Moneyball.
Yeah, just have someone remind me, because it's important. I'll probably remember, but it's so fucking cool to be back here. And I was out shooting a movie in Atlanta with Vince Vaughn and Ben Stiller, and in my TV, I had him put the on-demand. So I was watching every night while I was there. But now we've been on the road promoting 21 Jump Street. I haven't been able to like listen or watch in a couple weeks, so I'm a little behind.
But the good part about this is you can catch up. You know, it's an on-demand channel, and you also have Sirius, you know, replays a lot of the stuff. So
it's cool because I know when I walked in just now, I know what I'm watching. I know that's actually going to get used for something. Sometimes you record this bullshit,
right,
and no one ever sees it.
But you know it's
you're
going
like
to wrap
wasting your
around
time
your
trying to be
appearance.
funny. Yeah. And I saw Stiller on, and they talked about me a little bit. I was excited.
Yeah, that's right. When he came in last to, I think it was Tower Heist when he was promoting that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fuck, man, this is so cool. Are Sal and Richard around?
Oh yeah,
Hey,
absolutely.
How's it going?
Hey.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
Hey, Gary. Nice to see you, man.
How's it going? I'm glad you're back.
Thanks
Glad
for
you're
having
back.
me, man.
I'm gonna say hello to you this time.
Hey, yeah, come on, man.
Why
Nice to
not?
see you.
I don't want to. I don't want
Let
to.
me
You
put
know,
the note.
ignore anybody, but that's, you know, we have certain rules
Certain
that
rules,
we're supposed to
we gotta
go
get it
by.
signed. But now this is my second time.
Jonah Hill just came off a big year. When you're nominated for an Academy Award, that's about as good as it gets for an actor.
You're always Academy Award nominee.
That's right. There he is,
You
Jonah
can put
Hill.
that in the credits.
I'm trying to see if Jonah put back weight, but I think he
I
looks
don't
about the
think
same.
so.
Yeah, all right.
Hey,
You're
guys.
doing good.
Hi, how are
Hey,
you?
Jonah.
Hey, guys.
Good seeing you.
So nice to see you guys.
Good to see you, man.
You had a primo seat at the Academy Awards because you were behind Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
You're
seat.
always on
With my mom.
camera.
With your mom. You were on camera 99% of the time.
Yeah, it was a good seat.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be here.
I'm happy to see you.
Hey.
Are you hosting Saturday Night Live? Is that why
Yeah.
you're in town?
Well, yeah, and I'm promoting 21 Jump Street, this movie I made.
When is 21 Jump Street coming
Oh
up?
my God, March 16th. I've been on this movie for 5 years. I wrote it.
Is that
From
right?
23 to 28.
You wrote the movie
One of the
yourself.
writers with Mike 𝗵𝗁, yeah.
And 21 Jump Street was a TV show.
Yeah, and I, like everyone else, when they asked me to adapt it, I rolled my eyes so hard, and I was like, this is such bullshit. I'm not turning a TV show into a movie. This is stupid. It's lazy. In fact, one of the first jokes in the movie is about how lazy and stupid it is to recycle old ideas,
Right.
basically. And
Well, why did you agree to do it if you weren't excited by it? Was it the money so great?
no, because let me tell you, I was like, fuck that, I'm not doing this. And they kept trying to get me to do it. And I said, what is the idea of 21 Jump Street? It's about it's like a Back to the Future element of reliving your past, like
Your high school
reliving
years.
the most important part of your youth, and thinking you have all the answers and realizing you have none of the fucking answers, and reverting back to the insecurities you had when you were 17 as a 25-year-old.
In other words, the original TV show with Johnny
It was
Depp.
like a melodrama
Right.
about just busting drug shit in high school.
It was Johnny Depp. I remember it was
Holly
Peter DeLuise.
Robinson.
Peter DeLuise
Yeah.
and Holly Robinson Pete.
Right.
And they looked young enough that they could go back into high school and
Pretend
bust
to be
everyone.
students.
Right.
But in our version, I wanted to make Bad Boys meets a John Hughes movie, where it's like a big action movie and a big comedy, and we like get fucked up with the students and start fucking the students, and everything you're not supposed to do, you start doing again. And I was like, that's a funny ass idea for a movie.
You still look young enough to play a. It's feasible that you could go back into a high school and fit in.
And we do make some jokes about how Channing Tatum and I look like we're fucking 40-year-old men pretending to be in high school. I'm telling you, man, I would not be here pushing. After the year I've had, I would have just sat from the sidelines and let this one tank.
But you like it.
It is so fucking fun.
Now, did you direct it?
No. These guys, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, directed. They came from animation. And I'm telling you,
but is it weird when you write the thing and then these two, and you're starring in it, and then these two guys come in and direct it?
It's torture.
Right. Why is it torture?
Because it's your baby. I mean, I've been with this thing for 5 years, and then you hire someone 3 years into it or 4 years into it,
when you
have to trust them that they're not going to completely fuck it up, you know?
What studio came to you and asked you to write this
Sony,
thing?
which is the reason they're my good luck charm, because I made Superbad, Moneyball, and now 21 Jump Street with them. So it's like, we have a great thing together.
You wrote Superbad, didn't you?
No, Seth and Evan, his writing partner.
I thought you were in on that.
I helped out with it when I came on, but that's about their life when they were growing up. And
Is this the first major film you've written?
Yeah, well, I was a writer on Bruno, the Sacha Baron, but I didn't act in it.
Right.
I didn't act in it. But so these guys did a great job, and they actually kicked ass, and it was like a collaboration. On the comedy stuff, it's a lot more of a collaboration than on on Moneyball. I didn't tell the director, what to do, and I didn't tell him ideas and stuff. I would have ideas for my character, but I wouldn't say, hey, maybe Brad's guy should do this. On my movie, I'm telling the other guy on Jump Street, I'm like, hey, he should walk in here because I'm one of the writers and producers and stuff.
So as you go along,
I imagine on Private Parts, you're not the director. Betty Thomas is the director,
right? But she gave me some input.
You go, hey, this is, you know what? This scene would be way fucking funnier if I did this or whatever.
That's true.
And they go, okay, cool, let's do that.
Right. Yeah. You have more. There's more leeway when you're.
Yeah, I'm a producer and writer, and people actually listen to what I have to say as opposed to.
So who are you? Are you Peter DeLuise in this?
No.
Are you Johnny Depp?
No. Easy joke. That's low hanging fruit.
No, I mean, who are you? You didn't approach it that way. Is there a hot chick in the movie?
Oh, there's lots of hot girls in the movie.
But who is a part of the drug team?
Well, it's me and Channing Tatum, this guy who's a big action star.
Right.
And he just had this huge movie.
But who's the Holly Robinson Pete of
they
the...
didn't do that. We didn't do... A lot of the characters might or may not come back from the original.
I see.
But fuck the show. Don't worry about the show, man. It's like a hilarious big action. It's like a John Hughes movie and Bad Boys fucked.
I love that.
And then this is the baby of that.
So you're gonna do promotion for the movie.
Yes.
I'm
doing crazy promotion for the movie.
You're doing Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
Who's the musical guest?
The Shins, a really good band.
And what is the schedule on Saturday Night Live? You have to now.
It's crazy. It starts today.
Now, what does that mean? What do you have to do? Do you have to write the sketches?
Well, because I'm a writer too, I like to get it. If you were going to host, you would get in there. You're not
bet.
letting you protect yourself.
Did you watch Lindsay Lohan this past week?
I watched some of it. I kept going to sleep. I've been tired as shit. We've been traveling all around the world.
It was fairly
fun.
It was fairly unwatchable, except for the fact that she's a train wreck. I mean, she was not very good at it, right? Are you nervous hosting Saturday Night Live? Do you get nervous doing live television?
I didn't watch it really, so I don't know how she did, but I imagine it's an easy act to follow.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You can't look bad this week.
I'd rather go after her than Bill Murray. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Do you worry, are you worried right now that you have to be on live television? To me, that would seem intimidating. Live television doing sketch comedy. You don't seem to be intimidated by any of this.
I hosted it before. It's my second time hosting.
Right.
And, yeah, I'm nervous, but I'm going to get in there and do the work this week. I'm not going to sit back and cross my fingers and hope the show is good. I'm going to stay up all night writing on Tuesday and Wednesday and, hope I can create some good stuff.
You won't be at the club.
You won't go to clubs all week?
No, I'm not going to be at the club, Robin.
You're not going to be at the club.
Hey, I got to tell you something real quick that I forgot to mention last time. It's very important. I saw Betty Thomas on Oscar weekend, and I talked to her about this, but I failed to mention it to you, and you hadn't seen Moneyball, but you just said all those nice things about it, so I want to tell you. Private Parts, I had 3 movies that I watched over and over again before doing Moneyball. In private, it was The Natural, All the President's Men, and Private Parts.
Why was that?
Because Private Parts is a film about people that everyone thought was wrong. Everyone thought were crazy and they had a different way of changing their industry around. And everyone thought they were batshit crazy. And then they did it, and it started working, and they all looked like idiots for doubting them. And
Moneyball was the same idea.
Moneyball was the same exact story to me. It was
you
about a different industry.
Your character understood
that
how
there was
to
a
pick
different way of doing things
Right.
that people were just fucking ignoring.
Well, that's a good point. That makes sense.
And when I would watch like the when you're doing the WNBC and you're doing the porno password thing, that was like a big scene for me. Getting in the character and stuff, because I was like, you're just doing it in a room,
right?
And people think it's insane or it's totally foreign to them, so they're scared of it.
Right.
But then look what happened to your guys' industry as a result.
Right.
On, you know?
It all changed. Well,
And I
that's
forgot to
true.
tell you that.
The movies are similar in that aspect.
I think it's about you could replace baseball with with radio, and it's a similar story.
That's true,
you know?
because Brad Pitt's character and your character were thinking outside the box. You
Right.
came up with something original, and it worked. And when it worked,
people
the
thought
whole
you were
industry.
crazy.
That's right. And then the
Yes.
industry changed.
Exactly.